think we're live. Yeah, I think so.
You think?
Gave us the pop, the poppity up.
Yes. We are now tracing everything you know.
Hello, Barrison Darso. Barry Darso was a pretty good old school professional wrestler back in the day. Familiar, Barry Darso? No.
Yeah, I never really watched pro wrestling too much.
What's wrong with you?
I had a life. Nah, it was just not. It wasn't in my spectrum. One of my cousins did.
You're familiar with Demolition, however, right? The guys who came out wearing like the armor and stuff.
Yeah.
Tag team. Let's say Barry Darso was the name of Smash.
Oh, okay.
Of Axe and Smash.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, how was your week?
Pretty good for the most part. A couple family members got the vid. We're going to the sax throwing thing on Sunday, and my nephew got COVID. One of my aunts has COVID, so she can't watch my niece. So my brother-in-law probably not going to go. We'll see. I was hoping my other uncle would take one of their places. I haven't seen him in a couple of years. He's actually my great uncle. His wife just died a couple of years ago when the COVID started. But he's not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. We're supposed to go up the mountains, but he dropped a bucket of mud on his foot and broke it.
Ugh.
Yeah. But he seems to be getting better now. Yeah. So, I was like, he's Denny's got to be Joe's 68. So I think Denny's 75 or 76, something like that. I'm like, you're a little too old to be doing this then,
Yeah.
Yeah, or just call help, A 5-gallon bucket of mud, you got to weigh 40, 50 pounds,
Well, which weighs more, however, 40 pounds of mud or 40 pounds of feathers?
They both weigh the same.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Scott's birthday today. I don't know if he's going to be here.
Oh, yeah, and you're right. Probably. Later on after he's done with Michelle.
Yeah.
He's
78 years old.
78. I had to get my car inspected at the end of December, but a fault came up a couple weeks before. And
what do you mean by a fault?
The check engine light came on the car. And the engine was sending a fault, and it was shooting off O2 sensors, but it wasn't. It was actually a solenoid that shoots fuel into the system. But I replaced the solenoid, and there's a cycle I had to go through. Any car does this when you mess with the emissions and clear a permanent fault. You have to start it 15 cycles. And it means starting it, getting it up to temp, and then letting it cool down, and then bringing it back up to temp again. And you have to drive it 200 miles. So that took 3 or 4 weeks. We just got, like I said, last week, the inspection done. But I was shocked they didn't charge me for the late fee, which I thought they were. And then when, I went with Jen, and she did all the tests and shit, but they never plugged the computer into the car. All they did was the sniffer test. So I'm like, I waited 2 fucking weeks for nothing. Yeah. But better safe than sorry.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Hey, thanks.
Happy birthday, Scott. What are you, 51 too?
51?
1. Yeah.
I don't even like saying that number out loud. Doesn't feel like 51.
How old do you feel?
Around the sun completed.
What does it feel to me? It feels like 49. I don't know.
Yeah, seriously, mentally. I was talking to my uncle about this when we were hunting. He's 60. He just turned 68. And he's like, I still feel like I'm 20, 25.
I don't feel like I'm 25.
Nah.
No, I don't think I feel like I'm 25.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Well, physically, he's bad.
25. I'm trying to remember what I was doing when I was 25.
I remember what I was doing when I was
25.
25.
I know what I was doing at 25.
What are you doing?
I was about to sign a house mortgage. I walked
You're
out
about
to
to what?
settle. Yeah.
You're about to sell a house?
He was about to buy a house with
buy
somebody
it.
I was engaged to, and I walked out on the settlement there, and we broke up shortly. Very
Walked
shortly.
out on the site on the closing?
Yeah.
So you at the closing?
At the closing, I was like, "I'm sorry, dude. This ain't going down." Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You just had a moment where you said, I can't do this.
Yes.
You're like, these numbers don't make any sense?
No, it wasn't the house. It was the chick.
Probably should have figured that out before the closing.
Some shit
There's a
with
lot of shit
that.
that happens. I mean, not that it's your, whatever. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
do, but like,
It's over. But there's a lot of shit happened right before that with us. And there's kids involved in shit, but
sure.
um,
Her kids?
yeah, her kids. I don't have any living kids. I only had one that died.
Trying to think if I was moving to California at that time or not. 21, 22, 23. I might have been moving back. Shit, I wish I could remember. The thing that sucks is like there was no social media or nothing. You can't, or, every day your life is recorded now. Kind of, basically.
Good old days. Yeah, basically.
What are you doing, Lance?
Just
What were you doing when you were 25?
let's see, at 25.
God, I think I was in California.
When I was 25, I was, God, where was I living?
Is there any way to know
I think
if I could find like my, airplane tickets to go back from California to Dallas would be pretty cool. I don't think
I was
Wasn't
absolutely
that long ago, guys. 26 years ago.
No, it's the 90s, right?
I was living in Fargo. I'm trying to remember like what apartment building I was living in. I was dirt poor. I was working like 17 jobs. Half of them were for cash. Basically going to the bar every night. I try to place myself as what girl I was dating at the time. Like,
What year was 20 for me? It would be 1996.
yeah, maybe 96, 97 for us. So
Really? That would have been the year I graduated.
so for me, yeah, I was living near North Dakota State University, and I was like delivering pizzas at some place. I was working for the park board of Fargo in some capacity. In the winter, I would referee basketball, and I would watch a warming house, like for like ice skate rink. Basically go there, turn the heat on, and tie kids ice skates, go outside and play hockey with them, stuff like that. During the summer, I would during summer I'd
Those
umpire
are the
stuff.
movies that came out that year.
Oh, that's actually a good way to
So
market.
Independence Day, I saw in the theater in Dallas, and I lived in Plano. I was back basically working in video games at that time.
Independence was nice.
I fell asleep. It was a midnight
Did you?
movie. Yeah. There you go. Independence Day. Thanks, Independence Day.
There you go.
Mars Attacks.
Mm.
The Rock. Yeah, that was a pretty
That
good
came out that year.
one.
Interesting.
Was it a Bronx Tale? Or
The Bronx, yeah.
it might have been a little earlier.
I don't know.
That was a good movie.
It's on the page I'm on.
The Rock was it?
Yes, Kingpin. Yes, I was definitely working video games because I was sitting in the theater with my roommates, and we were the only ones laughing.
I remember God. Yeah, I mean, my life, God damn, I was like just wasting away doing nothing with my life back then. I didn't really like turn a corner and like
What
start
would you
working.
different if you could go back to 25?
Oh, if I could go back to 25, that's not early enough. Well, who knows? I mean, like we're all.
So you could have done something. What would you do? I mean, like, could you think
I
about
don't know. I probably would have.
I think I would have started my own video game company instead of working for somebody else. I would have tried to figure out how to get the money to do it. Because when you're working for somebody, I mean, and especially in back then in video games, it was like the owners of the company were basically like, they were just a bunch of guys that didn't know really what they were doing.
Mm-mm.
They just figured out how to get a deal with Activision. $2 million deal. Can you believe that? We got a $2 million deal to make a video game. $2 million. That's like a scratch in the surface these days.
Today, yeah.
You can't even make a prototype. Well, whatever. There's different types of video games.
It really costs that much to make a prototype of a video game?
No, I'm just.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Yeah, $2 million was a 2-year budget, so $1 million a year.
Yeah.
And then we were all making. I think everybody in the company made the same amount of money. We're all making 50,000. And that was by design. No one should make any more or any less. Which, sure, okay.
Back then, yeah.
But then you don't keep the talent. You know, if everybody's making, yeah, it's a weird. It was a weird kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of that, but like, I don't know if I really like the idea of that.
Yeah, I ran into
I
that
was
with the
just-
union.
Dude, I would have done anything almost. In fact, I remember when I first started, I worked for half that. And they were like, "You're on probation." I'm like, okay. And then I remember however many months in, I had to remind them to pay me more. Like, I'm like, I'm still in that probation salary. Can you give me any more money now?
Ah,
You're like, oh, sure.
I still remember. I remember when I
I'm
worked
sure
for
they would
US,
have happily just kept paying. But yeah,
when I worked for US Bank. My first real job was at US Bank, and then when I got hired, I went from being like a supervisor to like I escalated up to what's called a workforce engineer is what I was called, which is basically just a floor manager, just watching everybody. And then I remember I got the job, and I worked with 3 other people. I've talked about this job before, and I had nice enough person, I'm sure, beautiful human being, but I worked for just a hard ass boss. Like if you did something wrong, it was like she'd walk by where you are and she'd be like, "I need to talk to you, conference room," and I'd be like, and it was like, and you knew she was going to be in there and yelling at you about something. And it was just like, and she just, so I was like sitting there and I was like, oh, and so I remember one time I was just sitting there working and she walked by my spot and she said, "Lance, I need to talk to you. Come to Court's desk." And Court was her boss. And I was just like, oh, what did I do? I was like, what did I screw up? And then I went over there and I walked into there and everything was open air, so it was just kind of like, but he had this little corner office, like corner cube. And I walked in and she was already sitting down, and then she said, "Have a seat." And then Court's like, and they started off talking really gravely to me, like, "Yeah, it's come to our attention something really wrong is happening." And I was like, okay, I'm just sitting there shitting my pants. And then they said, "So we hired you into this position 10 months ago, and the person that hired me no longer worked at the bank, and then this person, the other person, this Amy, had taken over." Well, Amy was looking things over for the coming new year, and she realized that when you were hired on, they didn't actually increase your salary for the position. And I was like, oh, and so we're really sorry about that. So and then they handed me a piece of paper to show me what it was several $1,000s. I mean, it wasn't like, oh, we're gonna give you an extra.
did they fix the glitch?
Yeah, basically it was like, oh, look, you were supposed to make this much, and now you're gonna make another like $9,000 a year or whatever working. So it wasn't like, yeah, this is 1996, $97, so whatever, And I remember, and I was like, and then they were like, so, I mean, and then and she was like, oh, I thought you'd be more excited about this. And I said, well, I said, I'm kind of annoyed. I mean, do I get my pay backdated then, for like the last 10 months that I've been working where I was supposed to be making the same amount as everybody else? They're like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, but it isn't my fault. I mean, I should have been making the money. And it's like, yeah, our hands are tied, I was just like,
They just didn't want to do it.
yeah, no, they didn't want to do it. And then the thing is they handled it perfectly. They brought me in there. I was so sure that I was like either canned or going to be put on a probationary plan or something like that. And then it was actually like, oh, hey, we screwed up. And that place was so screwy though. I mean, in a big corporation, like you always think that everything is supposed to work just perfectly. And there was always things that just didn't. I remember one time I had 1 year I had 2 different positions and 4 different managers in 1 year. No, it was 3 different positions and 4 different managers in 1 year. And so when the annual review time came, everybody you get a little ping on your calendar. Oh yeah, your annual review will be at this time, this conference room, whatever. And I remember it was like, and they all get handled in January. January came and went, nothing happened. February came and went, nothing happened. Finally, I went to, like my boss, and I was like, yeah, so I don't have an annual review. And they're like, oh. And this person had just become my boss. And they're like, well, I'll look into it. And I was like, okay, thanks. So it was like almost through March. And I finally was like, yeah, did you find anything about that? And he's like, yeah, I asked. So I finally was like, I know your boss, and I'm pretty good friends with him. So I went and asked that guy. I said, hey, look, I never got an annual review for last year. And it's like almost April now. And then they looked into it. And then basically it was one of those things where it's like, because there was all these different managers, nobody knew who was supposed to do my annual review and go through my stuff and see what I deserve to make, more in the next year. So everybody assumes somebody else was doing it. And so then like my boss's boss came by my desk and handed me an envelope that said, hey, here's your annual review. And I was just like, and then I opened it up and it was like, oh, you're going to make X amount of more money this year or whatever. And they gave me a standard amount. Like it was like, you did exactly what we expected out of you. And I had like busted my ass. And I was like, and I went and I said, this is crap. I was like, and they're like, and he's like, and then my boss's boss, I said, well, I can give you nothing. Would you prefer that? No. He said, well, get out of my office.
I remember the first time I ever asked for a raise, I couldn't get one. This is at Popeyes.
Really?
I was making $3.35 an hour, and I asked for a raise, and they told me no.
Really?
Like even a dime, right? Like I mean, I remember my first raise ever was a dime.
Yeah, I worked with a lot of Jewish people when I was younger, and they were pretty good with that. Like I worked at a grocery store, and within 3 or 4 months, they gave me a 10-cent raise. And then the next guy I worked with at a deli was the same thing within like 6 months or so. So I didn't really experience that until I got into construction, actually, is where it happened. I worked for one company briefly. But yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, what's a 10 cents? $3.35 an hour. 0.02%. Oh, it's a 2% raise.
Yeah, basically. That was what you 375?
No, that's 3% raise.
Yeah, I mean
335 to 345.
I don't even be talking about.
I'm trying to remember. I think I started at like 4. Yeah, I think it was like 410, something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
if I even start talking about how, like, we gave you a quarter more an hour. That's like that was back in the day. That was like, holy shit, a quarter.
yeah.
It's just like,
yeah. I mean, I was the only one in my like group of friends that had money.
well, I always had
That's
money
the
because
only
I
one
delivered
that
pizzas. I mean, seriously, like delivering pizzas. Like when I got good at it, you're taking like I left like when I was working for pizza, that was probably the best place I ever delivered pizzas for, and it was like I'd work 5 to midnight closing shift, and I'd walk out of there with $200-300 in my pocket in like tips, like a night, and it was ridiculous amount of money because you took so many deliveries and you got a quarter for each delivery. But it was like, yeah, I mean, it was in a good area of towns, and everybody ordered pizza. We were like kind of the only game in town, and we'd be like, you take 100 deliveries, and you were getting $1 or $2 delivery easy. You'd just be like,
Do you order DoorDash?
Jen does sometimes.
I have definitely done DoorDash a couple of times that for not actual food.
Groceries and shit.
No, actually, like pet supplies, our
Okay.
local pet stores.
Yeah.
If you order over $30, you can have it delivered to your house in one day, and that same day, and DoorDash brings it.
Yeah,
Jen
I'm
does
just
that.
curious how that compares to like a pizza delivery. It feels like when I ordered pizza, I only tip like $5. But the DoorDash, like it auto calculates for you, and I just whatever. And it's usually like 10.
Me and Jen, we were talking
I'm
about
just
the
wondering,
DoorDash.
I don't mind tipping. It's not. It's an interesting difference between pizza and
Me and Jen were talking about the DoorDash a couple weeks ago. I noticed that the restaurant's charging you more, and then DoorDash is charging you. So it was almost double for one order.
we signed up for DoorDash Plus because the fees were so expensive. It's like, okay, I could do DoorDash Plus, or I could pay a ton of fees every month. No, it's only during pandemic, right? Because we order more than we.
Yeah.
But
Hi, Chris.
I was wondering for delivery.
Hey, how's it going?
It's a life if you can.
Hi, Kabuki Kid.
Hey, Christian.
It's
I guess
Scott's
it depends
birthday.
on where you're at,
What'd
too.
you get him?
What'd you get me?
I got you
Same thing I got last
Fresh,
year.
sweet flips.
celebration noises. There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Put the oven.
Doesn't make noise. I don't know why. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Yeah. Did you get anything cool for your birthday? Did your wife get you anything?
She got me a Pac-Man book.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. It's like a coffee table book, Pac-Man. It's really
I
nice.
got my birthday from my family. I got the Millennium Falcon Lego set. Which I thought was
That's a pretty nice birthday present.
Yeah, it is. That's what I thought.
I know how much those cost, so I know that's kind of a little chunk of cheddar there.
I'm
The big box, the cube.
Yeah.
Have you put it together yet?
No. I'm waiting.
Got
I'm
that
waiting
for
for
Christmas.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Which one is that? Is that Luke? Is it Red 5?
What was that?
Is that Red 5?
Skywalker.
My son got me for Christmas. My son got me the Darth Vader bust.
Ooh, yeah,
Lego.
yeah. I forgot I ordered that like a year ago. It's been sitting in my closet. I need to put it together. I got
Well,
all
the thing
a
is
few
with-
of them.
With the Millennium Falcon, I wanna like take like 2 or 3 days off of work or something and have my son and I just take some time to put it together. And just kind of go at it. We'll watch some Star Wars.
So I had the original. I say I still have it. It's put together. I, however, did not put it together. Did I ever tell the story?
No.
I don't know if I want to tell it. It brings up some memories that I don't want to remember.
Then don't, because last time you,
Well, anyway,
you brought up old memories, I had to delete the episode.
Anyway, I have a assembled original Ultimate Collector's Edition set, or whatever they call it, of the Millennium Falcon. I put together 5 pieces of it. The legs. The 7 legs that you have to put together. That's what I did. That was my participation.
My daughter's orthodontist, who she doesn't go to anymore because her teeth are straightened, had in his lobby, he had the Star Destroyer set, the $1,200 set or whatever, put together under glass. He was a big he's a big Star Wars nerd.
We got one in the BGG building. wasn't $1,200 though. Like, oh, the ultimate one. Was that $1,200? No.
It was something like that. I remember looking it up because I was like, I want one of these. And I went and looked it up and I said, I'm not getting that.
I don't think the original price was $1,200 because I don't think I would have bought that. Like 5, 6, 7, like in the Millennium Falcon is kind of like in that little higher range than that.
Yeah,
Lincoln got one with points.
Points.
that's nice.
Points.
He buys that many.
I was shocked that you could cover it with the points. I was
Well,
like,
Lincoln
how much have you
is-
spent on Lego to make
Yeah.
Whenever I see somebody like that's like, oh look, I have all this cool stuff and I'm an adult and I have all this crazy stuff and I'm like, you don't have any kids, do you? No, I don't. And it's like, yep, you don't have any kids.
I'm the kid.
Listen to you. You got how much shit do you have behind
He's got a
you?
Millennium Falcon. You don't
I
need
have.
you don't need-
I got two
No.
and I get all this crazy stuff.
You have 2 of them?
Well, we were talking. Oh, you remind me of
Nice.
something. You were talking about that age thing when I was doing my physical
Grown.
therapy for my leg or whatever. The guy that was helping me, he did not think I was 50. He's like, you're way too. He's like most 50-year-old guys that I work with on this stuff, they're all hunched over and like broken down. He says also you don't have the mentality of a 50-year-old. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll talk to my wife. She says the same thing. So
I'm a child.
yeah, you are.
I'm very we've hired this handyman and he came into the house the other day to see a problem and he goes, you're a kid, aren't you? You saw because this room is filled with fucking games and toys and everything. And I'm like, oh my god. He's like, yeah. I go, yeah, basically.
What's it to you,
You
pal?
make a new friend, Scott.
It's funny, his last name is Alden.
Is it?
Yeah, I've only ever met one other Alden. And it's not in the family line. Like it's a different,
I figured that'd be kind of
he's
popular.
actually an immigrant. They changed his name to Alden. Not
Yeah,
that
I
we're
figured
all
that'd be-
immigrants.
I
But
figured that'd be a popular name, Alden. It was
Alden?
one of the originals. Yeah.
I
guess up northeast.
there's a couple like I know of like only one other non-pilgrim, non-Mayflower descendant of Alden, but it's a different family tree.
Lineage, yeah. We all have
Back
that.
to the
Scott.
Mayflower. How's your aquarium, Lance?
Great. I've been messing with it lately. I'm trying to decide if I want more fish. Everybody in the tank is kind of very nice to each other now, and you always, whenever you put new fish in, you kind of run the risk of unbalancing that. So, but there's a few fish I've wanted to have and but yeah, I'm loving it. It's there are several times during the day I will just turn around and I'll just stare at the fish for a while and find myself actually feeling way more relaxed, and a couple times even dozed off while leaning back in my chair. Just took a little.
It's interesting. I don't know what to say on this video.
This video that
I mean,
that
so something happened in December with the Board Game Geek website, I'll just say, and it's caused me an enormous amount of stress, which I don't think I've told any of you. And I finally got it resolved this week. So I'm happy now. Back to my normal self.
was that the thing that
How
you were
fucking
talking about
time,
earlier?
Scott.
I don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't want to say what it is because I don't.
I think you mentioned it off air.
Have I mentioned it?
I think you did a couple weeks ago.
It's kind of crazy how much stress it caused me, actually. Like an inordinate amount.
Well, I mean, is this the thing where you were contacted by somebody?
Yes. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
yeah,
leave it
I
at
know.
that. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Anyway. So that was nice.
What'd you do for your birthday, Scott?
I had Indian food.
Indian? I don't do
I had a masala tikka.
I did too today.
Masala. Oh, did you? So we only have one really good Indian place to order from in Dallas, and it's crazy expensive to get it, but whatever. So ordered that, and then I had some chocolate cake. That was my day. I also had the termite inspector right here, and the handyman came to do some work, And that was the day. Pretty much. And then, oh yeah, and I broke the internet. That's another thing. I
Son
fixed
of
that.
a bitch.
It was a good day.
I thought that it was broken.
At least I fixed it. Like,
Didn't
I
even
hate
have
when
to
I-
use your AK.
Say what?
Said you didn't even have to use your AK.
No.
Ice Cube song.
No, yeah, no. So the past two, I mean, everybody's in this position, right? The past two birthdays have been in COVID. 2020, 2020. So I had my 2020 birthday, which was actually my 49th birthday. And then 2021 was my 50th, which was fucking,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then 2022 is my 51st, and it's been just the same as the 50th.
Well, on 55, we'll have a party for you.
I probably would have had something at 50. It's
So-
man, it's just thinking back, it's just so annoying. It's like we had this huge, awesome party at the BGG building in January of 2020,
Yeah.
and it was like so cool. And it just sort of
We're
fizzled
getting
out.
there, Scott.
So I got
It's
For
clearing
my
up
50th.
here.
Dude, everybody's fucking got it here.
yeah, I
it's-
know it's
it's
going,
My
it's
insane.
running
brother-in-law
rampant.
has it now, and my sister-in-law has it, and
We get an email from school like probably once every 2-3 weeks saying there was another case of COVID, but we have your child was not within close contact. Please blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, for my 50th, my wife and I went to the Thursday night football game like the day before my
that's right.
50th
you guys
birthday.
listened to the Vikings.
Yeah, I got to go watch.
They
the
even
Vikings. They even won. They even won.
I watched the game on your behalf.
Yeah, and then
I was there with you in spirit.
and then on my birthday, my actual birthday, I just just chilled with my family. I went and had dinner, and my mom came, but other than that, we just hung out, and I had a really, really good time just hanging out with my family, playing video games and playing board games and watching movies. And that was pretty cool because and then like a couple weeks later, a buddy of mine had a big giant poker game at his house for my birthday, and then we ate a bunch of food, and my buddy Brad, his wife is Mexican, and his wife and her mom made us real Mexican tamales, which were just
Oh
about
yeah.
they were just
My,
about heaven.
My brother-in-law's wife is Mexican, and she does a good job as well.
Oh my! I mean, I was
So
just
good.
like, oh my! I mean, I probably
Not that you don't have to be Mexican to do it, but it helps because you
Well,
make
I
them.
mean,
If you make them like
Uh,
it's your lifestyle, like you make them a
oh,
lot. and
I mean,
they're
they
awesome.
were so ridiculous good. So yeah, that and play a bunch of poker and drink a bunch of bourbon and then
I think I
so
told you
yeah,
guys,
I had a
but
much better 50th birthday than you.
I think I told you guys, but I quit drinking.
You quit
You did
drinking?
mention that, like just
Yeah,
because
it's just not a thing anymore. Sucks.
I
I do miss it a bit.
I will drink, but I mean, it's one of
Well,
those things where it's
Michelle
like, I
doesn't
just don't feel a reason to.
Oh, it's just not it's having a bad reaction. I'm having a bad reaction to it.
Oh, are you?
Like instantaneously, I get a headache. Like boop, as soon as
just
one sip goes down. I'm
Waking
like,
up,
"Oh,
waking up
Of-
next to too many dead hookers, huh? Just having a bad reaction to it.
I'm having a bad reaction.
Come on, we talked about this, Nudge. Get off the table.
Doesn't matter what type.
Yeah, I was just going to.
So after that thing happened last month, I drank a bunch of gin, and it totally killed me. Like I felt like I was gonna die the next day.
What about like?
And I didn't drink
vodka?
that much. I don't know. I haven't really messed around with it too much, but whatever. It's fine.
For
I had
me,
a
I can't
reaction-
drink a bunch of beer anymore. I
Yeah.
used to be able to just pound can of beer after
12
can
beers.
of beer, can of beer.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just be like, now, if I drink too much beer, I'm done. I mean, now it's just I drink whiskey. I mean, that's just it. And it's just kind of like
That's much better.
it's such no. I mean, it's such
Oh,
a
the
clean.
darkest of dark liquid. What is
Yeah.
the darkest of the dark liquors? That's perfect.
It's such a clean, like, I mean, it's either that or you drink vodka.
Oh, it tastes
right?
like drinking dirt.
If
What,
you- if you-
whiskey?
No, you're drinking shit whiskey.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, there's.
What's good whiskey? What's a good brand of whiskey?
It depends.
Talking about corn, right? The corn whiskey, the The Kentucky,
Right.
is that a Kentucky thing or is that a?
Well, no, there's lots of different
That's
kinds. I mean,
moonshine,
like,
Scott.
Whistle Pig. If you can, a Whistle Pig 12 year is a really good whiskey.
A Whistle Pig?
It's called Whistle Pig. Yeah, just do Google Whistle Pig whiskey, and you can see. That's pretty good.
Do you drink that Pappy? What's that really expensive one that people stole? Remember that Pappy thing?
My boss Shane turned me on to this thing called Red Breast Single Pot Irish Whiskey, and it is ridiculously good. It was weird. So my boss sent me a bottle, and I had drank about half of it, and then when we were going to, I brought it with me to the poker night, and my dad showed up. I just said, "Hey, Dad, a bunch of us are getting together," and like most of the people that were there, he taught high school English to, so they all know him. So they were sitting there, and he was sitting there. He wasn't playing any. He was just watching the football game and drinking and eating and just hanging out and talking to us and BSing with us and whatever. And he got trashed. My dad did, and I remember I looked over and he had drank. It was it's like an $80 bottle of whiskey, and he drank most of it. It was all gone, and then I was just like. And I was just like, Dad, and he's like, yeah, that was good stuff. And I was like, apparently. And then Shane sent me another bottle for Christmas as a Christmas gift. And I remember I sent a text to my dad, and he's like, he said, my dad texted me, God bless that man. I'll be over tonight. He said, and he did. He came over to have a drink of whiskey before he went back to Arizona for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I never got the taste for it, I guess.
I didn't until I actually had something that I liked.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's the whole trick. Yeah. You actually have to finally find a whiskey that you like, and then you'll be fine. And like I said, it's just, I mean, there are times like
You gotta experiment, Scott. That's all.
Yeah, no. And for me, it's like
do a whiskey flight.
It's a great deterrent to drinking by getting a splitting headache the second it goes down my gullet.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's just
like,
it.
I'm not kidding. It's like it sucks.
I used to get that from like triple distilled vodkas, like the highly distilled vodkas.
Yeah, like potato vodka.
Like I can't remember the name of it now. It was real popular at one time.
Grey Goose.
Oh,
No, not Grey Goose.
no, and I was.
I don't know vodkas.
I can't remember, but they would give me a wicked headache. Like,
Absolute. Remember that one?
yeah, I drank. I got rock on all this. Yeah, certain whiskeys do too. Rye whiskeys, I think.
I got into bourbon a bit when I started drinking Manhattans.
There you go. You get a bourbon. That's basically.
I fixed myself with that by getting a fifth of what was the one I was drinking? I can't remember the name of it. Got it for my birthday, and I drank it like that week. I've cured myself with bourbon.
Don't drink that much. Sky vodka.
They also make a rye. It's a bullet bourbon.
Bullet's pretty good.
I've cured myself of wanting to drink it.
I like Buffalo Trace. That has like a citrusy like hint to it.
Which one?
Buffalo Trace. Tullamore Dew. I drink that.
That's part of that expensive whiskey. Did you guys watch the video
Tullamore,
about the whiskey heist? The Pappy
Tullamore
or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Hey, actually, if you want to, what you should do is you should drink what my wife drinks, because like she,
drinking's done for me, man. I mean.
Well, no. She is also the kind of the same thing, but she gets a Tito's soda and lime.
Yeah,
which is Tito's is a really good vodka, and
like I like flavor in drinking, like gin and tonic, lime. I like that what is it, quinine flavor of tonic? What is that? What is the flavoring in tonic water? Quinine, right? Isn't that what it's called? Good Wiki Kid. What's it called? Booze Talk is about exciting and sports talk. Okay,
I didn't know tonic had a flavor.
All I know is I gotta track down I haven't got one yet, but I want to get a bottle of that Crystal Skull vodka.
I bought one of I still have
the Dan Aykroyd vodka.
Yeah, I bought it when it came out.
Did you?
The one I had black vodka in it. Do you remember that?
Black?
Like, yeah, it was black.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know what it was. What they used to make it black. I watched the Eternals last week.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
I tried twice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't get
It
through
ain't
it the
great.
second time.
I like the mythos of the Eternals. I think that's cool. But I think the movie was not paced properly. Like I watched what I felt like I watched for 2+ hours, and then I looked at the time and it was only an hour. And I'm like, holy shit, there's another hour and a half of this movie left.
I mean, okay, I'm
That's
I'm easygoing on these movies, believe me.
I'm gonna say something that might not be popular here. Can I put some cards on the table as it were with something here? Can I do that?
Are we going to
Sure,
stop?
Okay, well yeah. So here is like I didn't mind the Eternals. I used to love Jack Kirby, and Jack Kirby Marvel was not Stan Lee Marvel. It was definitely weird and strange and out there, and
sci-fi.
Yeah, and to be fair, Eternals is kind of rooted in Jack Kirby Marvel, but it definitely goes in its own direction too. So it doesn't and I'm not talking because they have homosexual people in it or anything like that. That isn't what I'm getting at here. I'm just saying that it's Jack Kirby. It started from a Jack Kirby starting point and then just kind of went and told the story I wanted to tell. And I enjoyed the movie. I mean, because I went into it expecting a giant mess, because that's what everybody I'd heard from so many different people. The movie was just a giant mess, and I just went in and said, "Let's just watch it and let it show me what it wants to show me." And so there you go, and that's what I got. Right. So I think one of the things that I have a problem with. This is going to probably start a conversation, and it's a problem with a lot of things. There's a problem with a lot of things that, like, as we move forward and become more progressive and more things become more common and it's like and we produce more media that is leaving its base of movies made for white men, made by white men, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So there's pushback on that stuff, which thankfully I've filtered most of the pushback people away from that stuff. But there also is, because the Eternals has issues. It definitely has issues. It's like, as you said, it has some pacing problems.
Yeah.
It has.
I was actually interested in the movie. I thought it was good, but I felt like the hour was 2 hours.
Well, yeah, it is.
And I'm like, there's another hour. How are they going to fill that?
It had some plot holes and things like that where it was just like, well, that doesn't really make much sense, like stuff like that for me as well. And so what I don't like is the fact that there's this unabashed love for it, because I think that in some cases it's something it's like, I don't know, it's like one of those things where it's like people are watching it and they're just so excited to have something that is progressive and different, that they're willing to look past fundamental film errors as well, this is too long, it shouldn't be this long, why is this included, why is this taking so long to tell me this story, why some of the plot holes, like the leaps of logic they're expecting to make, and then but we feel like we can't criticize it because we shouldn't, right? Because it's like, because of the content and everything like that, we can't criticize the movie. And it was like one of those things where it's like
I mean, I feel like a good movie is a good movie.
Yeah, but and that's great that you feel like that, but I do feel, like I said, a lot of people just are willing to just look past issues and stuff like that. Like, okay, for example, no, let me say this. What was that movie? The Young Rich Asians. I forget what the name of the movie was exactly.
Oh,
Crazy
Rich Asians. Yes,
Crazy Rich Asians. Are
a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But I also thought, what?
I loved every one of it. That was awesome.
Yeah, I thought the movie was good, right? But I mean, there was nothing. It wasn't groundbreaking in any way, other than the cast. That was the only thing that
I mean, it's a typical love story
So-
movie.
Yeah. So like after I watched it, and I watched it with my family, and like and my daughter has rewatched it several times. I've come into the room and she's watching it again, that sort of thing. And I'm just like, and then I said, like, this movie is great. I mean, it's like it tells a story, it has moments of funniness, it has character arcs, it has all these things that I can enjoy, but it's not better than lots of other movies of the same genre, right? But there also is kind of like, I remember a lot of people posting saying it's like everybody needs to watch this, everybody needs to like rate it a 10 and this, that, and the other thing, because we need more of this. And I'm like, well, why can't it just be a good movie? Why do we? I don't know if I want to try to get across is coming across. It's like, as you said, Scott, things that are bad, things that are good are good.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who's in it or what's in it.
I understand that.
Anyway,
This was okay.
I don't want to spoiler parts of the movie, but like,
One of my biggest gripes is like they had, what is it, 8 of them,
the
6 of
problem
them.
with the Eternals is the power arcs in these movies. Like
Yeah.
someone who you think is not powerful becomes all unbeatable at the end of the movie, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
how did that happen? Why are you worried at all about anything if this guy can't be beat? Right? Because there's like stress at the beginning of the movie that you think, okay, the Eternals are gonna get beat by something, or whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
And then by the end of the movie, it turns out this. Well, whatever. That's a spoiler. I'm not gonna say it.
It's a spoilers guy.
Okay. Done.
Like my problem was there was 6 or 8 of them, and it just didn't feel like they spent enough time on each of
No,
them.
they didn't. Yeah, that's the problem with the 2 hour. Or, well, it was 2.5, right?
Yeah.
With 8 main characters that are all.
Is that 8? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah.
I wanted all the characters' backstories and interesting thing. I mean, that's the cool part of the movie I liked.
Yeah.
The stupid plot. The main. What do you call it?
As a Highlander issue where like you tell me someone's immortal, they've been around for hundreds of years, but it's not
Right.
that interesting in just a movie. Like if they did Eternals in a series, I think they could have done something really awesome.
And I think they had to throw everything into it that they possibly could to get people interested in it.
Yeah. It's just if it was a series, you would have had time to get to know the characters and see things they did throughout the hundreds of years or thousands of years and all that
Yeah.
stuff. They didn't seem like these people who've been around so long that they've learned any lessons, or like now after like 7,000 years or something, they start finding personal growth. Like what have they been doing with their lives? They should be the most wisest,
No, they definitely seem like kids.
just
Kids, basically. I don't know. It was just weird. That being said, I didn't dislike it. I just thought it's kind of long.
I thought it was decent for a DC movie.
Yeah, and
I see what you did there.
there was not as much humor, obviously. I mean, there was some, but there's not as much. I don't know. It's weird. I didn't have any expectations because I don't know Eternals. I never
Yeah, neither did I.
I knew the thing with the eyes or whatever, but I knew that was an Eternal, but I only got that from the book or the not the book. They're in
The book of Boba Fett.
no,
No, the other book.
they're in
That's
the
the best episode yet.
but
I
only
mean-
they're only in there for like 2 pages.
I'm not going to say anything because it just came out today, but my son was really disappointed in the episode.
Oh, I thought it was the best episode yet.
And I know why you're saying that, and we'll just leave it at that. So
Don't say anything. I watch it yet.
Yeah, I didn't watch.
Does it
all
come
of
out on Wednesdays?
Yeah.
It comes out at 2 a.m. on
You guys
Tuesday.
already watched it? Crazy.
I watched it
watched
after
it.
school with my son.
I watched it at 9:30 in the morning.
I
Nerd.
feel like I should have watched it because of the amount of fucking spoilers that get posted everywhere. Like people have
Yeah.
lost their. I think the internet has lost its grace periods.
Yeah.
You've lost a lot of stuff.
Well,
Lost
like
that a long time ago, Scott.
the minute the Bills Chiefs game was over, the result was posted on Facebook. You know what I mean? Like some people don't watch the games like real time. Like they sell a product that actually posts the games after they're on. It's called the NFL Replay, which is what some guys subscribe to. But I watched that game live. But yeah. Anyway, Not everybody watches everything instantaneously.
Why not?
Because we
still
have
only got
lives,
3
Lance.
channels.
We have other things to
Mm.
do.
Um.
Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
Anything exciting
Hello.
this week for you?
Pardon?
Anything exciting this week happened for you?
Mm,
That's
No.
fascinating.
Sometimes that's good.
I hired
Play games.
today
Oh, you did?
young fellow from Montreal.
Not true.
He comes in through the resume search thing? Or
He
someone else?
came, yeah, he worked for Plan B for a while.
Oh,
So he's actually got experience, which is good. He's talented. Yeah,
Any work
I'm
right now?
excited. Gonna get him starting on something on Monday.
Any work right now?
Yeah, he worked on Spice Road for a little bit. Some
Is
other
art,
stuff too.
right?
Pardon me?
Art?
No, it's graphic design.
Okay. Is that different?
Very.
I
I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
see
it
what
is.
he did there.
I mean, by art, I meant graphic design. But if there's a difference, then yeah.
Well, there's
Yeah.
illustrators, which is usually what people meant by art, and then there's graphic design.
Okay. Cool. Congrats.
No.
What was I gonna ask? God dang it. No, I forgot. Oh,
Wait,
Scott, I broke Vampire Survivor.
Broke it?
Well, yeah, I mean, like I figured out what like the build to go for, and
What is the build?
you want magic wand, and I forget what the
There's
book
probably
is
more than one
called.
build.
What?
There's probably more than one build to break it.
Well, I'm sure there is, but I mean, I've unlocked everything, right?
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
just
yeah, I saw your achievements. I was like, how is he putting that many hours into this game?
it isn't. It's just it's like it's
Would you like to clarify? It's not that many hours?
no, it isn't.
Keeps track of you, you know.
How
How many hours do
easy.
you think you put into it?
Into this game, probably like 3. But I mean, it's one of those weird things. Like it's like once you figure out how one thing.
11.6.
What?
How about 11.6?
Not even.
It's what it, well, unless you let it sit there and didn't play it.
I did leave it up all night one night because I went to bed and I forgot that it was sitting there. Anyway, regardless. No, I mean if you get your if you just get a couple of area effect abilities going and then get the magic wand up to max along with the book that reduces cooldown to max, the wand just keeps firing automatically forever and doesn't stop. And as soon as you do that, it's all over. It's all over but the shouting.
Are there any more levels beyond the library?
I haven't found anything, but it's in, I'm sure they'll
Oh,
have
2
more.
levels?
Well, they go to
You've
hyper.
unlocked it?
Yeah, I've unlocked it, and they go to hyper, which you can unlock so everything moves faster. But I mean, like unless I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, what ends up happening is that I get through everything, and then they send out the vampire demon that just has unlimited health, and you can't beat him, and he just kills you,
Oh,
which
so
is
that's
lame. Maybe they'll get rid of him later, but yeah, he just shows up, and like at one point, like it like because of the build that I had, like as far as my regen and everything else, it took him 5 minutes to finally kill me. I'm just being because he moves faster than you. He just gets on top of you, and he just sits on top of you while you're just and your damage is just spamming like
I
crazy,
thought I
but
read
he
somewhere
doesn't
that
die.
you can only play for half an hour. After half an hour, you just die. But I guess that the vampire hunter kills you, or the vampire master kills you.
Oh yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, fun game though. I just never have to play it again.
Only worth 99 cents.
What?
It's the best 99-cent game there is.
I thought it cost $2.99, baby. Or maybe you got it for 99 cents.
I misremembered the price. $2.99.
Just $3.
Oh yeah, I got my $3 out of it. My son and I killed a big Twitch streamer on Fortnite while they were streaming. That was pretty exciting. Yeah, we were pretty happy with ourselves.
You sure it was the real ninja?
No, it wasn't a real ninja, but it was a. I looked it up because the guy was just ridiculously good. Like literally, we were playing duos, and it got down to just us and him. Were all that were left, and so it was 2-on-1. I was like, okay, it's 2-on-1. We should be able to take this. And this guy, I mean, if Fortnite. I mean, sorry for the Fortnite story, but basically, basically it was like the size of a nickel. Like there was no room to move, and this guy had the Spider-Man web shooters, and like we couldn't touch him. He was just basically leaping, dropping. He put up walls around himself in like a half a second. He had built walls around him, and then he'd bounce out, and then and the thing was is that he couldn't pin us down either because we were like basically circling the entire time. And my son had grenade launch. He had a ton of, so he was just blowing up the stuff as fast as he was making it, and I was just trying to shoot him. And then eventually he just ran out of he couldn't make anymore, because he started making stuff out of metal, and you realize he was out of materials. And then my son hit him with a grenade that took him almost down, and I shot him and we beat him. And then I was like, I gotta go look up this guy's name. And sure enough, yeah, he was a Twitch streamer. He had a ton of money and stuff. I have to go look it up. It was like Mohid Crushinator or something. I don't know. I have to go look it up. I saved the replay.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. That old chestnut.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were pretty happy with ourselves. So we won 2 matches in a row. Feels good to do that with my son. Even if like he just screws around the entire time when he plays.
And see what he was saying about you when you were playing. That'd be awesome.
Oh, I'm sure he was saying, "Good show. You guys are awesome."
No,
I've never been defeated by more stalwart and honorable
duo. Yeah.
Yeah, you should play with this guy. We could play trios.
I suck at these games. That game, man.
Well, it's just like Apex. You played a lot of that. You liked you even bought that $100 weapon skin or whatever. Remember that?
No.
Yes, you do.
You paid $100 for
I didn't put any money into Apex. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I did.
So like, there's
I
these like
forgot
that
about
game there's because you can't buy anything that makes yourself better, but you can make yourself look cool. And
Yeah.
Scott had this skin for his sniper rifle or something that made it.
Dragon face or head.
Yeah, so it made it look like it was like a dragon and stuff like that. And I was like, "Holy cow, that's really cool." He's like, "It better be. It cost me $72." Like,
Something like that.
I was like, "What?" And he had like clicked on the wrong thing.
Yeah, it was totally a misclick.
Sure.
He was
I
like,
don't want to spend $72.
Was it a one-click buy? There was like no confirmation.
Well, they use that stupid currency, right? And you can't figure it out.
No.
it's like NFTs.
It's
I don't play video games.
dumb. Yeah, if you put in like, let's say $10, they give you like 19 thingamabobbers.
Okay.
Okay, well, how much is that in real money? And then when I do the math wrong, it's like
$72
Oh,
worth.
whatever. It wasn't it was something like 50, 40, 50, something like that.
Yeah.
You had the coolest sniper rifle in the game.
I forgot about that. Thanks for reminding me.
I remember because you were standing there and I was looking at it, I was like, "Dude, your gun looks way better than mine." And you're like, "Yeah, better."
Better.
Does anybody watch Ozark?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched any of the new one yet though.
We just
neither
finished
have I.
the last
part?
episode, the most recent one. I didn't realize I thought it was 7 episodes for this season, but it's 14.
Yeah, it's only part
Wow.
one.
I didn't realize that, so we're like watching it and it stopped. I'm like, what the? Because we thought it was gonna be the last episode. Like, come on.
Oh, we've got another 7, dude.
Yeah, it was. I can't. That show.
I'm actually really annoyed that it was like, yeah, why didn't you just give us all 14? You know, it's just kind
Well,
of
they
like,
probably couldn't make them all in time. They wanted to release them as they're probably making them in 2 blocks.
I don't know. That's really annoying to me.
I'm very curious to see where they go because I feel like they went as far as they could with that show, and I'm guessing
Yeah.
there's more.
Yeah, I thought they were done after this season.
Well, this is the last season.
Well, this is the final season, but I thought last season was the last.
Yeah.
Ah,
Ruth is just the best.
What's that?
Ruth is just the best.
Oh, Ruth is the best actress on that show. I mean,
Yeah,
best character and actor. Like she's
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
I mean,
From what I think our
Bateman's
our
basically
favorite
playing
line
himself.
that she did was when she was talking to the guy that got his the son of the Casey mob guy.
Yeah, it
She's like,
was.
Quit fucking parking in the fucking cripple spot.
Yeah.
oh, she's
Well, I mean, how about
cripples.
I mean, and this isn't a spoiler, but
I actually have a grievance about that, Matt.
yeah, when
Well, I
when-
mean,
Mm.
yeah, but I mean, it's supposed to be offensive, right?
well, what about the last
I know, I'm not
episode there,
offended.
Matthew, when she just dropped the effing C?
Oh, I know.
Oh my god! And like just the way that I mean, like literally, like the how vociferous it was. You know, just like
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
no. Well, you haven't seen the episode yet, so but you'll notice when she drops. I mean, like literally, like my ears hurt when she dropped that the profanity.
Okay.
I was like, holy cow! I felt like, ew. You know, just like she was understandably angry.
No, you didn't, Matt.
Yes, she was. What's that?
You didn't, Matt. The grievance was about the handicap shit.
Yeah.
A parking spot.
What about him?
Something that happened with me.
Oh, really?
Well, okay.
But that-
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, sure. So Joe drove me to the Wawa today because my back's acting up. I don't trust my leg. But anyway,
The Wawa. What's the Wawa?
it's a convenience store. It's
Oh, okay. I was like, my leg hurts, so I went to the hospital. No, my leg hurts, so I went to the convenience store.
I thought it was a name for. I thought it was a joke name, but it's for real.
yeah, it's actually a Native American word for Canadian geese. Wawa. Or it
Is
might
it?
be a pack of geese. No, it's single geese. That's why there's one goose. Single goose. Anyway. But they had handicap spots, right? I don't use them normally unless my back's really acting up and I'm driving, you know. But Jen parked in a regular spot because both of the handicap spots were full, and neither one of them had tags. And then one of them was actually a work truck. It had concrete and shit in the back of it.
That's,
Yeah.
oh, that's offensive.
Did
And
you,
then
did you let him have it? Did you go in and
Yeah, I just walked, whatever. But he pulled out, and then a car pulled in. Again, no tag, no placard, nothing. And it's like, if they were enforced, it would cost people a lot of money. It's $200, $250 the first shot.
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah.
The
It's
second shot is
rightfully
$250 plus
so.
90 days in jail.
What?
Or yeah, up to 90 days in jail. It's pretty in Delaware. I don't know if that's federal or not. But anyway, that's the grievance. It's like, what the fuck, man? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't use
Enforce
it.
obviously, because no one's scared of it.
It's a bunch of college. I'm right outside of a college town, so part of it's that, I guess. But
Yeah.
the
so
work
next
truck-
time what you should do is you should go and you should take a shit on their hood and just say,
it's-
well, I wasn't able to make it to the bathroom in time because you took the parking spot. Sorry.
I saw the most awesome hot weather prank for cars. You take a whole bunch of crayons and you put them under their windshield washer or windshield wiper, and then they use their windshield wiper and it just streaks the wax right across their window.
That sounds cruel and horrible.
Well, if somebody pisses you off, like parking in the
Yeah.
barrier free spot, then yeah,
Uh,
they deserve it.
So then they can't see. They roll through a stop sign and kill a family of 7. But you got your
Well, now
laughs.
you're grandiosing.
Well, I'm grandiosing. I'm just saying these things could happen, and
Yeah.
you
They
seem to
could.
think it'd be funny that.
I wouldn't think that was funny.
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, man, I didn't take this handicap. But most people, I dealt with a lot of handicapped people in the past, vets and shit like that, and most of them don't take offense to jokes and shit. Like, or it's people tend to ice skate around that.
See, back in the day, like we used to, with the first big snowfall, we go and bury somebody's car in snow, or like if you really like if it wasn't snowing, another thing we do is you get a package of Oreos and you break the Oreos in half and you stick the Oreos onto their windshield and cover their entire windshield in Oreos.
One thing
They're not driving when you do it, so it probably wasn't as
obvious.
funny for you, right, Matt?
Yeah.
If you're not endangering their lives, it isn't as funny for you.
Yeah, there's the post-it note thing where people get their cars covered in post-it notes. One thing my buddy used to do at restaurants was you take somebody's keys, you take a pickle bucket, you freeze half, fill it with half with water, freeze it, drop the keys in, fill the rest of it with water, and freeze it. So it's in the center of this big, huge block of ice. Their car keys.
Fun. That's a joke. Oh man.
The shit they used to pull at this restaurant. This is in the 70s, right? So they would just
I know we
70s
did
and
that.
80s. Yeah.
We didn't care about people's feelings.
care about anything.
They took one guy and they used to make like blue cheese dressing in these big, huge garbage pails, like produce garbage pails, like they were like made for food. And they took one guy by the legs and dunked him head first into one of the buckets.
Into blue cheese? Tasty.
They got in a lot of trouble because they ruined that whole bucket of blue cheese.
Not for humiliating the guy.
Not for like the assault, but
Oh no, the manager
Yeah.
was probably laughing, but he's like, "Listen, you just ruined like $600 worth of dressing."
Usually frown on that shit.
I remember one night we trashed the place I was working at, and I was like, I didn't want to do it. I was trying to avoid the food fight, and because I'm like, we gotta fucking clean all this shit up.
Yeah,
Like, every time you throw an egg at me, that's like another egg we gotta fucking clean up. So stop.
yeah, that's not cool.
Because we cleaned it up, but we didn't.
Was that the Popeyes?
Nah, it was a different establishment.
They're probably still trying to find you because they want you to pay for it.
It was Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
You work for the devil?
Whatever. Gotta make money, right? That's it.
I hear
Was the
Chick-fil-A is good though.
I mean, I'm not gonna defend Chick-fil-A, but like, it was like one of the best jobs I ever had.
Did you have to say, how can I serve you today?
I do not remember having to do that. This was back in the day when they wore the brown polyester and like the tam o' shanters. Remember those? You remember that outfit?
That's awesome. No, but that's hilarious.
So I don't want to be the guy that's being weird about this because I don't want to make it weird. But I mean, whenever I go to Chick-fil-A, like to pick up food, you're like, oh, the family's going to go, and then like they'll have the people outside, like that are like that just take your order on the little they'll like take the order on their like basically an iPad. So outside, so you don't have to go through the drive-through, so they can get the orders in early and good to go, right? So, and it's always like some young teenage male, female, whatever, and they walk up to you and they're like, "Hi, welcome to Chick-fil-A. How may I service you today?" And I'm just always like, how many creepazoid dudes are coming there? Oh, hey, just like, why are you making these poor kids say this? It's so,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but then again, maybe that's just me being weird and dumb, and it's just, and it's innocent, and I should just accept it as being innocent. I don't know. It's like seeing the guy taking pictures of kids at the playground. You're just kind of like, yeah, there's something wrong there. Let's maybe not do that anymore.
I think speaking of uniforms, Scott, I think the worst uniform I ever had was when I worked for Famous Players, which is a Cineplex or kind of movie theater, and it was black slacks with this weird striped long sleeve button down collared shirt and a red bow tie.
Ooh. You
Yeah.
were good up until that point.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like wearing I worked at McDonald's too, right? The McDonald's uniforms back then were the worst.
Yeah, they were pretty bad too.
Blue trousers with no pockets, by the way.
Yes.
And the polyester short sleeve striped shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget what hats we wore, but I think I mostly wore the paper hat, which really didn't look to work.
Yeah, we used to have to go to
baseball hat after a while.
we used to have to go to the bus station to pick up the prints when they come in on Thursday night. So I'd drive down there, I'd get the canisters of film, and then I'd load it in my car and then drive back. And the theater was downtown, so I'd come back through a busy bar strip, and sometimes there was a ride program set up, which is like where the cops stop you and say, "Have you been drinking tonight?" and all that stuff. And the guy, I rolled down the window, and the guy looks at me, he's like, "You haven't been drinking, have you?" I'm like, "No, I'm just heading back to work." So I'm wearing my bow tie and everything.
Have you guys watched Grant's stand-up? I watched it the other night. I forgot that he showed it to us. He's got a great drunk drinking and driving joke. I wish he was on.
Is there a whole show online?
For some people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's out. He
did an
there's a thing to
album.
watch, but I don't know. It's not public.
He did an album a couple years ago, and he released the video for it recently.
Sort of released.
Maybe he'll be on. Is he touring right now?
I think he is.
I think he is, yeah.
But not on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, no, they're comics. Well, yeah, they
He's
usually
got
have
some-
like Tuesday,
there's some
Wednesday,
really
Monday,
killer
Tuesday
jokes.
off.
Now he's got a small audience, so it doesn't kill as much as it should, right? Because it's only like 20 people in the audience, maybe, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're solid, good jokes.
Thanks, COVID.
No, I think this was pre-COVID that he filmed it.
Yeah. Oh, we get to go to restaurants again at the end of the month.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we think we do.
Gotta come up with another variant.
On the 30th, it's supposed to open up. 29th, they're gonna be like, sorry, no.
Ours never closed. The
Yeah.
restaurants and well,
America.
the main
Dallas-
shutdown
Dallas
it did.
never closed. I mean, it's party time. Excellent.
The main shutdown it did for whatever that was, the
Yeah.
3, 4, whatever weeks it was. But after that, they nonstop. Yeah,
Yeah. Quebec has a curfew right now.
really. Wow.
10 a.m. to 5 a.m. 10 p.m. sorry, to 5 a.m.
They just roll up the sidewalks and
Oh, what do they think that will accomplish, man? Why 5?
Bar and rest.
Oh,
bar-
okay, social. Yeah, okay.
I mean, they're not open anyways, but being social at people's houses for parties and stuff at night. So if you don't have a good reason to be out, then don't be. Like for like work or something.
you know who else used to have curfews?
Who?
Nazi Germany.
So did we.
But you're gonna say parents.
Parents that too.
Speaking of Nazi Germany, did you see they figured out who turned Anne Frank in?
They have a good. They have a good
choice.
idea,
Yeah, they have a
Good-
good idea. Yeah.
but they
I was
can't
pretty- I was
guarantee
interested
it.
in 60 Minutes, actually, if you want. I don't know if it's online to watch, but it's super interesting. We watched it after that terrible fucking Dallas game.
Does it really matter,
I
Scott?
think it was that-
80?
yeah. What?
Does it really matter 80 years later? I mean,
Kinda.
what was I?
Kind of matters. I don't know. I felt. I mean, here's the thing, and it's one line at the end of the episode. Like, what would you do? Right?
Yeah,
Because the Nazis did certain things to pressure people into doing things they didn't want to do.
yeah.
I mean, that was not.
Yeah.
It's barbaric, right? Like, but I mean, what would you do?
Yeah,
It's your family or theirs. Which family would you like to put into this? You know,
Yeah.
That's the Nazis. It's crazy.
We
Well, that's
had
just it.
Yeah, but that's what it's what 70, 80 years now. What 44?
Well, they're gonna
most
have a
likely
trial.
all dead.
Are they
Yeah,
gonna have a trial?
No,
they're most likely dead. I
Oh.
mean, and
Oh no, they're dead. Yeah, the guy's dead.
the children of them, it's only going to bring shame back.
don't think-
I mean,
I don't know if there was children, but maybe there is. I don't know.
okay, I'm assuming.
I don't know what the line of that.
Yeah,
They didn't really cover that.
I mean,
So back in, was it February of 42, in Winnipeg, they did this thing called If Day, where they basically redressed a town to look like occupied, a town occupied by Germany. And this was a campaign to sell victory bonds to fund the war effort.
oh, wow.
And yeah, it was like crazy. Like they refaced all the buildings and everything, and hung the swastika banners and everything like that. They raised $45 million in bonds for that campaign.
This was Canada.
Yeah,
I
What's
In
saw a
Winnipeg.
banner.
Wow.
I saw a banner from the Eagles nest.
The
I'm
Eagles,
serious.
yes.
Are you really?
Yes, I knew a guy. His name was Babe. You ever watch Band of Brothers?
Mm-hmm.
It's based on his company,
Oh wow.
Babe and Wild Bill. Babe made it to the Eagles nest after the Hitler and all that disappeared. And he brought home a few things. I don't know how much more I want to mention, but
Uh,
Much anymore.
one of them was, I guess 3x5 ish, with the swastika and all that.
The War Museum in London has a eagle statue with bullet holes in it.
Yeah.
Uh.
Babe was telling me they took all sorts of silverware, all sorts of shit out of that place. They shipped it all home. Well, throughout the war, they were. Yeah.
no doubt.
Come from a weird line of people there, but
Who me? He's not related to me. He's my mother used to work at a turf club in Center City in Philly, and he bet on the horses later on. And he got to talk to my grandfather, who did serve briefly, but he had issues, so he was discharged. And then my mother, and this was about the time Tom Hanks was talking to him about making. It was right after they made it, but it didn't premiere yet. And then,
Anna Brothers.
yeah, this is when I met. My mother and grandfather knew him a few years beforehand, but then we got to talking, and I'd volunteer when I'm down at the VA and all that, and they wrote a book together. It's real interesting. These guys, they grew up around each other. Wild Bill and Babe, they grew up around the corner from each other, and Bill was a year or two. No, Babe lied to get into the army. It was like 4 or 5 years. There was a couple years difference between the two of them.
Lie about age.
He was younger. He was 16, I believe, and he said, "I'm 18 to
Or they
get
didn't-
in."
You don't give up your birth certificate. I guess.
well,
I
you
don't know how it
forged
worked
it. I
back
mean,
then.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
can afford
I
it.
mean,
Yeah, I
you
don't know.
just wrote a different number. I mean,
Sure.
My
Yeah,
dad
I-
did the same thing for the Korean War. He was 17. He said that he was 18, and all the way until he passed into the in like late 70s, his license was a year wrong on his birthday.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, at that point, they might have just not cared either. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
but anyway, these guys lived around the corner from each other. They, their whole lives, and they didn't meet until they got into the army, and they ended up paratrooping together. So Bill lost his leg in the Battle of the Bulge at Bastogne there, and Babe got injured and he lost a couple buddies and all, and then came back, and eventually Babe lasted the whole European front and then went home. And from the time Babe got home, him and Bill called each other at least once a week, but it was more like every other day for the rest of their lives. And they ended up dying. It was roughly like 6 months from each other. It was pretty interesting. But they wrote a book that was ghostwritten with somebody, but it's about their whole story. It's pretty interesting. It's called Brothers in
How
Arms.
I Lied. By I'm sorry.
Well, it was a different time, Lance. I mean, everybody wanted to join at that time, yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty interesting. He was a pretty interesting guy. You get him drunk, he start the Irish folk songs and shit, and some war shit. But he didn't like to talk about some of it, the concentration camp and shit like that. Yeah.
Who would?
Yeah, who would be all excited to talk about that? I don't think I want to hang out with that person.
It wasn't like Auschwitz. It wasn't. They weren't burning people. It was like they were sending diplomats or people. It wasn't Jewish people. It was other, people who disagreed with them or whatever.
Dissidents.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily. I don't believe it was Jewish from what Babe was saying. It's been a while. He's been dead 10, 15 years now. It's been a while,
Change the subject. There's a podcast about Siegfried and Roy that's really awesome. If anybody's interested.
Is there?
So I knew nothing about that whole. I mean, I remember reading about that tiger attack, or it was tigers, right? White tiger.
Yeah.
And I didn't really follow it at all, like, because I just had no interest in it. But it's super interesting. I don't know if you guys know all the ins and outs of that story, their backgrounds. It's pretty cool. It's called Wild Things on podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Forrest Kabuki Kid has a video that she wants you to watch.
Oh yeah.
About why that NFT stuff you're getting into is going to end up screwing you over.
Good.
It's like a 2-hour video.
I also see it as just an opportunity to widen my niche. Like the NFT and play to earn game videos that I'm posting out are getting 2, 3, 4, 5 subscribers. So hopefully they're sticking around for board game stuff.
She just cares.
Okay.
I'm not investing that much either. Like it's a small amount of our overall finances.
What's a small amount, if you don't mind me asking?
About $200 to $300 a month.
And in the stock market, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lost a lot.
That's way better.
Yeah. I played the stocks before, and that didn't end up well.
Yeah, I had the wrong time. It was around 2007, 8. Yeah.
Plus, if I follow the stock market, I can't play to earn games. Like that's part of the thing is that I get to play these games, and then
Stocks you just forget about for a while. Forest, you don't.
Bitcoin's lost almost half its value in
it's nuts.
2 months.
It lost.
November 12th, 2021, it was worth $64,400. Today it's worth $35,800. That's 50% almost.
Now's the time to buy. Put that $300 to buy into Bitcoin there.
I bought the dip. Earlier this week for sure.
That sounds like hyper deflation.
Yeah.
Does anybody?
That sounds like made up words to me.
I don't know.
It's
No one here is an expert in Bitcoin, are they?
Just need
What's
one
the
to
cra-
hit.
What's
That's
the
all you
crypto
need.
crash? Where did the crypto crash come from?
The crypto crash? Like, why did it happen?
A bunch of people cashing out.
No clue. But yeah, it's
Bunch of rich people cashing out.
We need Larry.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, where's Larry? I'll talk to Larry.
Larry's busy mining.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that is.
Anyway,
He is busy mining.
you should buy $200 or $300 worth of Amazon or Apple stock.
but that's not fun, and I can't make videos about it, so that defeats the whole purpose of investing in it.
Maybe I'll do 100 in your NFTs and 100 in Apple or whatever your tech of choice is that you think is solid.
I'd rather gamble though.
Okay.
Like I'd rather gamble on some shit coin. Like some 2 or 3 cent coin and be like, oh, maybe this will go up.
I don't think any. Is there any of those coins go up anymore?
Yeah, it's
They're
just never.
also, they're also corrupt now. Someone behind there.
Oh yeah, I
selling
actually
it.
did
As soon as it goes up, the people who make it are selling it.
I
Radio
did
Shack has their own.
Radio Shack.
I didn't even know Radio Shack was a thing.
Yeah, that's what they.
Someone bought the name.
Yeah, I did a video this last week on one that was actually like a total scam. Like I did all the research because I was thinking about just getting into the game and doing videos on it. And they like set up all their accounts like earlier this month. They had like nobody on the Discord, nobody on here, nothing at all, like no videos. It all looks super fake and fly by night. It's crazy. And the more I get into like the Discord service of these things, it's like everything's a scam. Like everywhere, there's just scams.
Yeah, it's basically like it's
nuts.
It's exhausting.
It's wild, wild west. I love
Put your
it.
energy into
Exciting.
something productive. Okay.
It is productive.
He's
I
gonna show
gained
us all.
10 subscribers this last week from NFT games.
Okay.
Like if I gain 10
That's
subscribers
fine.
next week,
I
get
have
it,
I have
like,
come to the
it's-
realization that there's absolutely nothing any of us can ever say to Forrest. We could show him the guy withdrawing Forrest's money out and like wiping his ass on it, and then to show us that he's like, thank you, Forrest, for your money. It is you were an idiot, and you'd still be like, I don't know. He might still be like, this might be a test to see if I still won't give him money. You'd still be like, I'm gonna give him $25 less though this month, I think.
hey, I'm just saying, one of the things that I noticed when I was looking at the YouTubers who cover this chunk of games is none of them are huge. No one has broken out yet, which means this is like in its early infancy being one of these YouTube creators. It's just like in the last few years.
It never gets in.
Or here's the alternative thing is they won't do anything. I don't know what that was either. It was really loud.
I'm assuming it was Barry emptying something out.
Indicated a rapid rise in security threats.
Is that some?
Yeah, I'm probably going to lose money on it, but at the end of the day,
So,
I see it as an opportunity to gain subscribers.
Just out of curiosity, okay. Have you put in more than $1,000?
Yeah.
Okay. If you put in $1,000 in Apple 10 years ago, you know how much it'd be worth today?
A lot. I get it. I
You
get
don't-
it.
But like, okay.
This isn't necessarily purely investment. This is
Tell me
about
what you're missing out on.
like nobody's watching videos of me saying, "Yeah, I bought $300 of Apple." Like by buying NFT.
Never know if they you
play
never
that
know if
game?
you try. Split it. Like if you're doing 200 in crypto, do 100 in like something else. Whatever. Nah, that's my advice. Done.
He will never change.
I gotta go bathroom.
I change. It just takes a while. And yeah, and fun story. The first thing I did on crypto, I don't think I told you guys this. The first night I started investing in crypto was like last October. I got scammed out of $100 the first night.
You did tell us that.
Not happening again though. Feeling lucky.
How did you get scammed out of $100?
There was like this tweet. There was this tweet, and they're like, "Hey, we got this new coin. If you send us the thing, then we'll send you back 2 or 3 times." And I was like, as soon as I did it, I was like, "Wait, oh wait, dear God!" And then I was like, "Is there like a receipt for cryptocurrency?" And it's like,
No.
nope, no receipts. Can't return that shit. So, yep, took that one in the face.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna skedaddle.
You know the old saying, if it sounds too good to be true,
Probably is. Yeah.
it probably is. Yeah.
Forrest will fall for it.
Live and learn. Bye, Matt.
Matthew,
Later,
it's
man.
good to see you, buddy.
Guys, I'm bushed. I need to hit the sack.
Yeah, it might be an early night for me too. I got poor sleep last night.
I fell asleep in my D&D game tonight, so that's a good
Wow.
sign.
I remember it was like I invited to a Friday night wine party
Oh
at this
gosh.
person's house that I worked with. Girl, 4 hours dating my wife, and then I showed up there, and like she had a boyfriend, so it wasn't like there was anything weird going on. But I showed up there, and we kept waiting and waiting for the people to show up, and like she and I drank a bottle of wine, and then we drank another bottle of wine, and then we realized that nobody else was showing up, and we had like 5 or 6 bottles of wine. I remember we ended up drinking most of them.
Oh my goodness. That's one hell of a hangover, I'm sure.
Oh my god!
Wine
The
hangovers
next-
are the worst.
The next
Yes.
day, I couldn't even walk.
I think the worst hangover I ever had was drinking in a hot tub, getting drunk in a hot tub.
But no, like the end of my story was I had to go to a D&D session at noon the next day.
Oh no.
I remember I got there, and thankfully I wasn't DMing, but I was just sitting in the chair like this just the entire time. Just
People are
Waiting.
rolling dice. He's like, can you roll them quieter, please?
yeah. Oh, I was like, I was just falling asleep. I would wake up. What's going on? Oh, okay. 17.
Yeah.
Just like-
Yeah. It's so easy to nod off, especially if it's not your turn and you're playing remotely, right? It's, people are just kind of people talking. It's not like it's explosions going on.
You guys are playing D&D wrong or something.
Well, I mean, depends on the scene, right?
I mean,
You're not immersed enough.
if it's that boring, then the DM's doing something wrong. I've been in situations where the DM, it's like just sitting there while everybody's discussing, like, loot or something that's just like, whoa, what if we took money and did it? And you could see like half of everybody else just kind of phasing out. And that's when the DM should step in and go, all right, everybody shut up, do this on email. We're going to move on.
Yeah. No, this was completely on me.
Yeah.
I take full responsibility for it. Anyways, have a good night, guys. I'll see you.
See you,
soon.
Matthew.
Bye.
That did get me.
Somebody
Oh,
playing
Scott,
it.
I got a complaint for one of your employees kicked off the website.
Oh, it's where you say that. I got a copyright infringement complaint because with all of your stupid videos of the guys doing the
Boxing.
beatboxing.
I thought about that when you were playing. I was like,
So
I bet
thank you, Scott. Thank you so much.
But we were doing a reaction video.
Oh, I know. No, I
Lost your
still
pennies, Lance. You lost your pennies.
Yeah, whatever pennies I'd be getting from that are going directly
They just
to.
claimed it for the income, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
So you owe me like 17 cents.
Take a check.
Yes, I will.
I think
Frame it.
Board Game Geek store gift card. Want to cover it?
17 cent board
I'm
game.
obviously joking. I don't really care. Just
Yeah. So I went back and looked through BGGs. When people copy BGG videos, like there's this one in I think backwards. It's totally backwards. Forget where it is, but it's like Czech Republic copied our Simpsons video. Not Simpsons. South Park.
Oh, the anniversary thing?
Yeah, the South Park anniversary video.
Yeah. So
What
who,
about it? Go ahead.
I mean, it got like 10 views, so it's like whatever. I don't care.
I got a game to talk about.
they reported that to you, Scott? Not, oh, I guess you
So on
embedded the
YouTube, if you
video.
go to your, it's called copyright. I don't know what it's called. Like, it's a tab on YouTube Studio that will show you, and it basically says their video. You're copying their video. Like, what? It's our video.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah, that tab's weird. I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
YouTube tried to strike you on it.
no, it's basically
Oh.
the terminology they use is basically like you're showing their video, but they're copying. It's not the case. They're copying. your
okay.
video, you know, like it doesn't know who owns the video, which is weird because we
Yeah,
uploaded
well, I
it
figured
first.
like the dating on the video and the number of
Yeah.
views would
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it up.
give that away.
Although I don't want to share my Board Game Geek account really. Let me see.
Why?
Yeah,
Did
it's
you
just
rate
an odd
everything
little-
one?
So what?
Just all one ratings? Is that why? You're the
So you're the one.
Mm,
A lot of dislikes.
really?
I don't know.
Oh, Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. We got to the table again tonight. This is really good. This is like 4X action selection cooperative and super asymmetrical. It's from a first-time company called Nemesis Games. It is really damn good. Like,
I heard that. Yeah, one of my buddies told me about it too.
yeah, like we got done and it's just like, oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do different next time? Like it was one of those type of games, even though it was like 3 hours.
Yeah, so when it says shows like percent
game.
match, it says 100% of their video matches your video, I guess. But it's just weird because it makes it seem like you're copying them. It's just weirdly worded.
Oh, anyway, I want one of your employees canceled for abuse.
Well, it was because we watched the beatbox. Or what was the other thing you're talking about, Lance?
Well, just that you screwed me. You know.
You screwed him at 17 cents, Scott.
Yeah, I hate that when I do a
Mhm.
Kickstarter critique and I hear the music and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting my dollar off this one.
That goes against your plan. You gotta mute those things.
Yeah, but nah. I mean, I don't care enough, and most of my Kickstarter critiques don't do well enough.
So what? People in Kickstarter videos are using copyrighted material?
Well, like the one that did it was Thunder Road song in their video, and it did it last time too, so I knew it was going to do it again. A lot of time with the tech and the hardware sector of Kickstarter, they'll have like really flashy videos with music on the background, and most of the time that's what'll ding it.
Copyrighted.
It happens a lot more on tech than it
What do
is
you
on-
think of that new Thunder Road?
I thought it was fantastic. Like I thought the first Kickstarter I gave like a D, and then I gave this
What
one
did
like
they
an A.
change?
I thought it was really good.
Well, they funded.
They did.
Oh yeah, it funded like a
They funded in a hot minute.
hot minute.
Yeah, they
What did-
reached out
what
to me.
did they
They
change?
retweeted my tweet and said they used the original Kickstarter critique and made quite a few changes, I guess, based off it. And then they were like, "Hey, back it for $1 and we'll hook you up with a copy." And I was like,
Are you getting your
"Sweet."
check for $600?
What?
Are they sending a check for $600?
No, that's somebody else. That's somebody else with a god awful
Oh.
book.
But wait, they use your critique without paying?
No. Well, I mean, yeah, but that just strokes my ego. Like, oh, great.
Okay.
Because I know
All right, now my-
Another game for the wall that'll never get played.
actually, I think this one will. My kids are gonna love this one.
Okay, it'll get played once a year.
Once.
All right.
And
then to the Netherlands.
You know how this system works, Lance. You know how it is. I mean, shit.
Doesn't have to be so far.
Yeah,
So
but
what did they change?
I am in the board game mood. I am so
What did they
firm in
change?
board games.
You know?
What?
You know
they
what
actually have videos. They actually have videos of the game being played.
oh,
For one,
Okay, that's a big difference.
They reorganized. They got rid of their original video. The original video I thought was terrible. It was all flashy and it was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I know.
oh, cool lady with sunglasses blowing up stuff with rockets. And what they did was they interweaved like the gameplay and they talked a little bit about the expansions in there. I thought it was really well done this time around.
Okay, cool.
Which is good because I like restoration games.
Amazing how quickly things can change. I still don't have my copy of Dark Tower. And I've been seeing people playing it, so I know it's being
I see it
shipped
all
out.
over Facebook and I'm like, oh, I got to go to my buddy Brandon's house.
They don't like you, Scott.
No, I don't like me.
Is it the whatchamacallit thing again? The thing after the Kickstarter, the
I don't know.
pledge manager. Is it a pledge manager?
I'm
thing?
pretty sure I did my pledge manager correctly. And now, what a world we've been through. Of I have to figure out if I did everything right. Then I'm figuring out that it's so frustrating.
Yeah. Anyway, I want Eric canceled, Scott. The abuse he did to them board games in that video a couple days ago
Yeah,
is
it's
not
horrible.
right. Now, okay, this new thing he's doing with the like a comparison thing, is that what you meant by reviews?
Comparison.
Yeah, he's done. I can't think of I watched 2 or 3 of them.
Oh yeah, he did the My Farm Shop and
Yeah, that's the one. I couldn't think of it. He did a couple of them.
oh no, he did he not Space Base,
The other one,
what is that called? Everybody's trying to get us to import it. We're gonna try. What is the name of that game?
I don't remember.
It's like you have a gang and you're trying to do heists.
Yeah.
What is it called? Dang it. That's another thing about getting old. My memory is not what it used to be, man.
You know why that is?
Not remember it. Why?
Because it's just like a computer that gets more and more and more information. It takes it longer to retrieve the stuff that was there.
That's true.
So yeah, it's like they say, like when you get older,
Where's that?
everybody, I
Yeah.
just Google it. I mean, it's just like it's a thing. It's like, yes, there is dementia in people as they get older, but what a lot of the fuzziness that we're like, God, what was that thing? It's like literally your brain has to go through
Index is corrupted.
all of the
Yeah.
index to find the thing that you're trying to remember.
Bad company.
Bad
I
company.
didn't remember it. I had to Google it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So what you're saying is that the more you learn, the less your memory get well.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's just memory's weird.
memory
it's just-
degrades because you're filling your brain up too much.
Yeah.
I think it's also we don't exercise it that much, right? And if
Yeah.
you need to remember something, just Google it.
True.
Yeah.
Not only that, like
Sit there for 10 minutes trying to figure out who is the guy in Splash.
John Candy,
Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Eugene
Or-
Levy.
Eugene Levy.
Or Eugene.
What a week I'm having. What a week I'm having. Oh,
I just the fact that like, yeah, the last time with the guy, like he's like, "Argh!" and you hear him getting beat up. What a week I'm having.
Didn't she give him something at the end? You get something at the end.
Like I think she just gave him a kiss or something. But I mean, it was
Is that all it was? Yeah, I think that's all it was.
because he realized he had to let her go.
That's like the end of I was thinking the end of Ocean's 13. 11. I don't remember what number. But you know, the guy they put that guy through hell, the reviewer.
Oh yeah, they
And
did
then they give him the $1 for the winner coin.
yeah,
I
and
just
they
wanna
sit there
die.
and they yeah, because he says to him, yeah, hey, put the quarters in this one. I heard it was lucky, and so then he does, and then they had rigged it to give him the millions of dollars. Or whatever.
Yeah,
After he had the
we're trying to get Bad Company.
bees in his room.
Wheels
or
are
what have
moving.
you.
wheels are moving.
Slow though, you know.
Yeah.
We got all our stuff. I think I talked about this last week. We got all our crap in from the multiple projects we've had going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we
We're
went through
finally
the
getting our stuff, which is cool because I see a bunch of pictures. Quacks boxes.
out. Are they selling well, Scott? Or
Yeah. Quacks is a monster, man.
is it?
It's a monster.
Yeah, me and Jen just played again the other day. I think the next game she's going to start beating me.
Next game. She
Yeah,
gonna
I think the
draw
next one she's starting to figure
Go
it
with
out.
the bag.
Yeah. It's
Are you guys playing correctly?
yeah, it's taking her a while to get the strategy and all that. So
Because you can only buy 2 things.
yeah, and they can't be the same color. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a rule that people forget.
no, we got all that. It's
Paul Tompkins just ordered Zapotec. Let me know how it is, Paul. I haven't played it yet.
I'm trying to remember.
Oh, I got the little Tokyo game. Should I show
Ooh.
it?
Yeah,
sure.
show it.
All right, hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go get it.
Should be prepared.
Minnesota Vikings picked their new general manager, Kwesi Odofa-Mensah.
Mouthful.
Udofa Mensa.
Yes, he is like the vice president of player personnel or something of the, or was, of the Cleveland Browns. He used to be a Wall Street Wall Street trader.
And then coach
Easy for you
football.
to say.
He
not
also said, don't touch NFTs, Forrest. Leave it alone. The five subscribers you get
Wait a
not be
second.
worth the hundreds of dollars you're throwing away.
I have bought one NFT and I had to have I bought 3 and I had to have them play the game. I'm not buying anything extra that I don't have to buy. Because they're stupidly expensive.
What was
Okay.
the end of it? 8
So-
boxes.
Ooh,
cool.
geek
Oh,
up.
it's the model number.
Yeah, boxes. Upgrade
That's
your game.
fancy.
Man. I know this is like professional shit. Who did that?
Yeah.
Here's the first like. I haven't opened them yet.
Oh, those look nice.
Crack them open.
Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the Royal Rumble this weekend? There, Forrest.
Ooh. It's gonna be I don't know. AJ Styles, maybe. Maybe they push Braun Breaker to the moon. The guy from NXT.
What about females?
It should be Rhea Ripley. I mean, I think
Should
she's.
be.
I think she's the most talent. I mean, she's just got everything she needs.
I wish she was a better talker on the mic. It's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean-
give you that.
Like trash talk.
No, just being able to get the crowd behind you, get the crowd hating you, be
Yeah.
loquacious, be entertaining.
So
I feel like
these-
the best
Go ahead.
the
Sorry.
best heels can have you booing them when they come out, but by the end of it, everybody's shut up and listening.
The Miz.
I like the Miz on the microphone.
He's good. He's got a good mic.
So one of the features of this box is it has a sliding lock.
Ooh,
So
wow!
this will not pop open in the box, right? You can't.
Oh my
if you close
gosh,
it,
that is hot.
Yeah, it's hot. I'll send you a set.
Yeah, I'll shoot a video on those for sure. Those look
Remind
really
me.
cool.
So then it's got the little drawers for each amount. You know how like there's 1s, 3s, and 1s, 2s, and 3s or 5. I can't remember.
Okay.
4s, 1s, 2s, and 4s. And then, but when you open it, you can put the card in this little slot.
Oh, that's nice.
Little
What is
tabs.
that for?
Quacks Quedlinburg.
Quacks.
Oh,
Oh, I don't even have quacks. Never mind. I thought that was just generic storage.
You can use it for whatever. I mean,
I was gonna say that looks really.
if you have quacks, it's like
it's so weird because the Ziploc bags that I use, they also have a thing that closes on the top
Oh.
and doesn't open.
Oh, how does
They
it,
don't
does
look
it hold
as
the card
cool.
when you're playing it? And you can take them out of the bag. Does it do that?
No, I just use the table for that because the table has space for the items.
Lance,
Some of us aren't dead inside.
yes,
Look.
I mean that's like playing.
That's how cavemen play games.
So what?
That's how cavemen play games.
If you want to,
I'm sure you'll sell a ton of them. People love
I still need to
people
play
love upgrading their
quacks.
stuff, man.
So what? Dude, this
I've
is
played quacks.
this is top tier stuff, man.
Yeah, it looks.
It is.
Nobody's doubting it, man.
And quacks is the kind of game that yeah, a lot of people
Yeah.
probably gonna want that.
How have you
Jen-
not played Quacks yet, Forrest?
People, I send what people. Well, I play what people send me, and I get sent weird shit a lot.
I didn't play till a couple of weeks ago, a month.
I've only played virtually.
Jen really enjoys it.
Not sure what that's for.
I have a hard time with the tokens and shit.
But it's all the colors. And these all fit in the base game. Like you don't have to save this box or something.
Well, that's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with this product. This was a lot of work.
I got an
So-
email from a backer who asked something about storage of something. I'm not gonna dive into things too deeply, but like, it was like, will this thing be able to be stored in will there be room for this in this box or whatever in the game? It's just like, I think that you should, and then this whole thing was, I think this information would be very important to a lot of backers. And I think that, you should make an update on this, detailing it in full with pictures as well to show the different storage. And I think that this would matter a great deal to a lot of people. And I responded saying, thank you very much for contacting us. There's plenty of room, blah, blah, blah. I didn't say anything about the update, but I wanted to say, since you were the only person of thousands of backers who has bothered me with this, I will not be doing an update. Just like,
You guys know the game Project L?
what?
Project what?
Project L.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still
Never
waiting for
played
my
it.
copy.
Deluxe box.
Is that any good?
Yeah.
That's that abstract strategy one, right?
Did you get your copy? I'm still waiting on mine.
Yeah, I got one coming. I was an original backer. The deluxe boxes. I mean, this fits.
I
all
backed it on.
of-
I backed it on the old Kickstarter as well, my friend.
But this is the deluxe box. Anyway, you can buy it if you didn't back the Kickstarter one.
And you don't have bags.
Put it in stock.
Well, now I'm annoyed that I don't have my game.
Well, the game is not out yet, but this is the box is out.
Hmm.
Cool. That's BGG stuff. I got this. I don't know what this game is, but it looks kind of cool.
Triangular.
It's called Triangular. It's a
Conquer. Who's it by?
who's it by? VQ.
I don't know who it is.
This is a Czech, I think a Czech Republic company, if I'm not mistaken, but I might be wrong. When I pay the invoices, I have to set up the accounts for all the different countries. So it's like usually they blend together, so I don't remember. And this is Twinkle, which is one of their games. Which
Is that any good?
I haven't played them yet. I just got them.
Yeah, I haven't played Twinkle either. I have it sitting there. I haven't played it.
Did they send it to you?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
Got
they
like
have-
stars on the front or something, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
dice rolling. I don't know. I think it's, but you do this like path thing, which I don't really know the mechanics of it. But this is also BQ. This is Greece, by the way, from Greece. Twinkle is a
Grease
quick
lightning?
strategy game for the whole thing. Sam?
He made a crack. He called it Grease Lightning.
Maybe.
Oh, hanging fruit.
Away.
Well, Grease Lightning is a game by what's her face? I can't remember her name right now.
When we
Kathleen.
pay invoices for this stuff, like it usually takes me upwards of a half an hour to enter in an account in the American banking system for foreign accounts. It's like so stupid.
Wow.
Like it's just because every country has different addresses and postal codes and
Yeah.
Yeah.
account numbers, and like sometimes I have to search for the bank address. I mean, it's just that's my day.
Shipping international sucks, so I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, all right. And then we got ramen chef. That's one we've imported from the place called Hildberg's Pizza Box.
That has cool art, like super cool art.
No, these are super cool. And small print run. Not that that really matters anymore, but maybe some people it does. Chopsticks. I don't know if I want to open this one yet, but here's some of the it's like wooden pieces, giant chunky wooden pieces. These are chunky.
Lots of cool stuff at the board game. I love that giant chunky piece right there.
Yeah.
A Lots of cool stuff at the Board Game Geek store.
It's all in a big cardboard chest. I don't know the rules for this one. Then one more thing. We'll be done. Pizza box game, but it's not just a plain old. I mean, I like the art printed on here. It's pretty cool.
Pizza box football?
Normally, I don't like pizza box games because they don't really do great artwork on them. But this one's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that one. You showed me that art before.
Okay.
Focus.
Sure. This is the little Tokyo with like all the little stacking pieces. Sticker.
You got to sticker it?
No, it's just a sticker. I think it's just some stickers that come with it. I don't think you sticker any. It's all printed on here. It's just stickers. What's the one you want to say?
Yeah, the sumo guy.
It's actually bigger than I thought. I thought the piece would be smaller, but they're
Is that like a dexterity game, like stacking?
It is a stacking game.
Yeah.
It is a animal upon animal style.
Yeah.
Stacking game. What does this one say? Oh, it's signed. But I guess it's a German. Here's the rule book. Oh, it's like cardboard rule book. Cool, there you go.
Everybody go buy a copy right now.
Well, you know, you don't have to, but if you want something unique that you don't have to wait for Kickstarter, shipping now, shipping today.
Shipping today.
That's you think that would work? That would do something? I don't know. Like, do you guys have fatigue of all this Kickstarter stuff, like waiting for shit to come out?
So one of the things is that our the miniatures, Nixel miniatures, like the big selling point on that is the fact that we're making all the miniatures in the United States. So there's no weight on it, right?
Nice.
You know, so I mean, we'll just make them in house and ship them out. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's just we'll avoid that whole quagmire as a whole. Which a lot of people have said, you know, thank you so much. This is amazing, that kind of thing.
Did you guys back the? I know you probably didn't, but or buy the new wave of Stardew Valley?
Like the new, like the board game.
They just shipped it. They just shipped the second wave.
I have a copy of the board game, so.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played it now in months, but when we got it, my daughter and I played it 3-4 times that first month. You know, we enjoyed it.
How are you supposed to get it?
Direct from them. I don't know. Let me see if it's still.
Probably not.
I think they printed a ton. They actually printed it and then had a misprint, and then they had to like undo it all.
Oh, that sucks.
Depends on where the misprint lies. When you hit the misprint, if it's because like, hey, we uploaded this, you know, Chris can back this up. Probably Aldi too. Like when you upload all of your files, and then you say, yeah, print this off, and then you get the print, and you're like, yeah, so this is wrong, and they're like, well, that's the file you uploaded, and you're like, nope, you can actually see this is the file we sent you, and you guys used the wrong one.
I noticed about the board game industry, they don't use version control.
Virgin control?
Version control.
They don't.
It's like,
It's very
what?
important.
Every publisher is so different, and they're not that well structured that version control is
So if I email you a file, Forrest, and then I email you a second file and you never see it, and then I email you a third file, or maybe you saw the second one but you didn't see the third one, you would use the second one because
Yeah.
you didn't see the third one. Version control takes that out of the equation, that missing file. Version control is a structured way of keeping track of all your assets.
Sounds like a good plan.
We use it for source code, but you could use it for anything.
For the most part, people just use like Google Drive or Dropbox.
Google Drive,
right?
but Google Drive is like, if you forget to upload the right
It's
one,
just
then-
storage, yeah.
yeah, I don't know if there's version control on Google Drive.
I have to do my own, basically.
But if you like, let's say Christian uploads a file to me, and then I pull down the file, and he says, "Oh, I just uploaded," and then he uploads another one, and then he says, "Oh, I just uploaded a file to you," and I pull the file, or I don't pull that updated file, then I think I've got the right file. So it's
Well,
like,
so obviously for larger companies, like an Asmodee or something like that, they probably do have that. But most of the publishing companies, I mean, like Gray Fox is, a relatively big publishing company, but we've got 3 full-time employees, I mean, there's not a ton of overhead, and oversight.
version control.
What?
Still shouldn't stop you from using version control.
I'm not saying,
It shouldn't.
well, but the thing is that, I mean, when we got a bad misprint on, I won't go into it, but I mean, it wasn't us. It was the manufacturer, and it was just like, yeah. So why didn't you? This is wrong. And then they try to play. The manufacturer tries to play it off like, oh no, you gave us the wrong file. And then like, if you can show, nope, I sent this to you here, and it was like, and you responded to it, then usually the manufacturer then will make the stuff for you.
So basically, I do like a poor man's version control, where I have a folder that says old files, and the newest one is blah 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 _V3. So whenever I make V4, I took V3 and throw it in the old files, and V4 sits there. It's not great, but
Are we going over our organization strategies?
Use GitHub.
No, I get super annoyed when I try and save files because it always saves the files as some generic name. And so what I do is I just hold down a letter.
Oh Jesus!
oh,
Like the letter V. X.
Granted, I don't really communicate with anybody else in my files, but yeah, I got a lot of files named like R and C. Anybody else do that?
no.
Gonna have to say negative on that one first.
If I saw a file structure like that, I would just burn the hard drive. No.
That's literally what you do.
Yeah,
Just said it.
I can show you right now.
I want to see the.
All right, how do I share my screen?
You he showed you how to share your screen.
We go through this every fucking week.
That's how this is gonna be highly entertaining.
All right, choose video filter, mute my audio. Do I right click it? Oh, here we go. Share screen.
How are you able to chew gum and talk and walk at the same time?
How do I get to the? No, that's not it. What am I looking at? There you go. What is it? Sharing? Is it sharing something?
Not yet. No.
All right, here we go.
Now here we go.
All
Yep.
right, there you go. So yeah, that one's Jesus. That one's KKK. We'll get rid of that. One's not supposed to be like that. Just happenstance. But CCCC RRRR. Most of that's what I like. Pictures is they just said it as SSSS.
I don't know what I'm looking at here. This is just
We're seeing your YouTube tabs or something.
Oh wait, what?
We're seeing.
How do I? This is so.
we're seeing how the sausage is made, everybody.
Just cancel it, and you have to share your desktop.
I have to share my desktop. Man, this is.
Yeah, I think you're sharing one window.
There we go.
How the sausage is made.
I got it. There we go. The screen, right?
Yep.
All
There
right,
we go.
so it's like RRRRCCC.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
like
heavens! Why? Why?
Whoa.
that hurts.
That's awesome.
Why is everything so huge?
So we can see
I
everything.
got bad eyesight, man.
Like, in the shape
How
of
do I stop sharing this? There we go. Stop.
do you remember that video where the guy
Have you thought about? If you have bad eyesight, have you thought about getting new glasses?
I have. My wife's got to make some phone calls to like figure out which, because she works for a hospital. so we have to go through something weird. And yeah, because these prescription, this is like
You
we're
could
getting
no
pretty
no
old.
no times here. You could like look up like any one of the chains, the eyeglass chains that are out there, like Vision Central or whatever, all of those places, they have an optometrist there. If you have an insurance card, like your wife, if she works at a hospital, she probably has an insurance card that is for your eyes. You walk into one of those places, they check your eyes. It takes maybe a half an hour. They give you a new prescription, and then you go out and you buy a new pair of glasses, or you just take your prescription and you go online and buy your glasses, and you have new glasses in like 2 days. And that doctor visit might run you $50 to $99 total.
But
And
that's
you're
an
talking
NFT, Lance.
No,
That's an
no.
NFT.
well, here's the visit. Yeah, then you can see.
Yeah,
Vision's
it's
overrated.
on my list of things to do this year. It's a New Year's resolution. Get new
How
glasses.
many years has it been since you got new glasses?
I think I only had one kid. I think maybe 7 years, and then the contacts I've been using are probably 13 years old. I just bought them in bulk.
Love your desktop, dude. That's so awesome.
What?
It would have been better if your icons were like in the shape of a penis or something. That would have been cool.
Well, no, I create so many files that I don't see the need to name them.
Every time I think that, like, okay, if this is just an act, he really isn't like this. This is just like this is a guy who watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High one too many times, just fell in love with Sean Penn's character,
He's totally Sean
and
Penn.
just was just like,
What's that guy's name?
this is gonna be my thing. This is gonna be how I act, and then you're just every single time it's just something new. 7 years.
Here's the thing. Like,
When was the last time you were at a dentist?
the dentist?
Spicoli.
It was towards the beginning of me and my wife's relationship, because she was kind of flabbergasted that I've never had like any teeth issues. But I think it was about 7-8 years ago. Before that, it was probably when I was a teenager. But I use mouthwash religiously. Like I used to mouthwash 4 or 5 times a day, like really get in there. So I think that's what helps. And I brush my teeth.
Are you under the impression that mouthwash is like?
Well, the thing with mouthwash is it gets in there and it cleans a little bit, but also I swish it through my teeth so hard that I get all that extra little gooey stuff out. And like whatever it works. Like I've got good teeth at 35, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll have it at 45. I mean, I take care of my teeth.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying, please, go to a dentist.
Dentist
on my list.
overrated.
No. And again, if your wife works at a hospital, she's probably got pretty good insurance.
Not necessarily, Lance.
Actually,
not
I am
necessarily.
signed up for a dentist appointment this year. I think it's coming up in a couple months.
So you go in and you get your teeth cleaned, and then they take an X-ray, and then they'll let you know if you have any upcoming possible problems. And the thing is that because the sooner you find it, if like the sooner they get a problem, if it happens, then it doesn't cost you millions. I mean, like literally, I don't have a tooth because I was an idiot and I didn't get my teeth checked. And to this day, I'm still like, and I'm like, but it was the one way all the way in the back. And they're like, yeah, we can yank it. And then your problem's solved. Yeah, that's great. And that sucked, getting a tooth pulled. But I'm also like, it's one of those things where I'm like, they're like, oh, you can get a fake tooth. We can put an implant in there. You can spend several $1,000s and get a tooth put in that spot. And I was just like, maybe if I just flossed more often and just brushed my teeth, I wouldn't have a gaping spot where my tooth once was. That just every once in a while, like a piece of food jabs my gum, and I'm like, ow. Just
have you tried it? You don't know.
Yeah, take care of your teeth and get your eyes checked, because your eyes are only going to get worse the more you strain them. The way if your eyes are already poor and you're staring at a computer screen all day, as you say, you're researching, watching videos, doing this thing, editing your videos, doing all that stuff, reading rule books, getting the thing closer to your eyes so you can read them. You're just making your eyes worse.
You know what? I'll do it for my birthday. I'll go. I'll make sure I get it done. Because
When's your
you've
birthday?
convinced me. It's
When's your birthday?
February 3rd. It's coming up next week.
Yeah,
2
just
weeks, something like that.
I mean, here I'll even Google Fort Wayne, Indiana.
The dentist
Wayne.
thing. I'm already signed up for a dentist thing. It's just the
Good.
optometrist.
Eye doctors. Let's see here. We can lens crafters. Yeah, looks like Midwest Eye Consultants, Eye Care Express.
Here's the
Vision.
thing, Lance. Here's the thing. If I did that, my wife would be mad at me for not using her insurance. And if I push the issue about the insurance, my wife will get upset because I'm pushing the issue about the insurance, and she'll fucking get to it when I get to it. And she's very, very pregnant right now. So I do plan on getting it taken care of, but it's not as simple as you put it, where I was just like go. Plus, we're down to one car. So we got one car. So it's already, but yeah, I'm going to get it taken care of next month.
When do you do?
What? We are due in May.
Oh, it's coming up.
So 4201 Coldwater Road. You know where that
I know
would
where
be?
that is.
All right,
Yeah.
Lance.
I've been to that
Provision.
store.
Provision. They have an eye doctor there. It would take them half hour. Look at your eyes, get your prescription. And here's the deal. You don't have to go there. There's tons of places online where you can buy glasses on the cheap. You can't get a really cool frames or anything like that, but as long as you have a prescription and you can give it to them, they will send you eyeglasses. And you'll have them in you'll have them in a week.
I'll look into that. I didn't know. I used to do that for contacts. I didn't realize people did it for glasses, but I guess it makes complete sense.
I mean, the last time my wife got her eyes checked, she went online and bought like 3 pairs of eyeglasses just because, and this was quite a while ago, because we had, kids, and kids grab your glasses off your eyes and bend them and stuff like that. And so she just, yeah. And you got a kid on the way. So there you go.
Yeah, I remember those grabbing the freaking glasses. God.
Yep. I buy direct. That's what she went through. If I remember, EYE buy direct, and just all you need is.
What was that game you were talking about?
Oh, look at you! Oh, I'm bored. I'm gonna change the subject.
I want to move past the.
Okay. Well, I love how it's my
Lecturing
show when I
fathers
want to talk
for
about
his life
something, but as long as but I'm not. I'm bored. Moving on. Such a birth. Oh, it's still your birthday. Okay, fine.
It's my
Whatever.
but a birthday.
Okay.
He's videoing this conversation.
Has anybody played any board games? I haven't.
Merchants of the Dark Road.
Oh yeah, how's that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy about my experience. I got to give it another try before I trash it.
What kind of game is it?
I've played it twice.
Is it
Yeah, it's kind of pick up and deliver, basically. But they do this rondel kind of thing where you have to kind of go here to get, you know how rondel works. Anyway, my problem with it is that it has this, it pretends to be Euro and then says, okay, you got all your stuff ready. Now roll a bunch of dice and see what happens kind of deal that I hate.
Was that not in the preview?
I said the words, I hate this game while playing it, and that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, but I will give it a second try. I usually do.
Those guys. What is their
Elf
previous
Creek?
game?
Isn't it Elf Creek Games?
Yeah.
Elf Creek, yeah.
It looked nice. I mean, it looks
it's
good.
beautiful.
It had Matt Paquette all over it.
Yeah, and Andrew Bosley.
Despite
gorgeous.
Matt Paquette being part of it, it stuck him up pretty well. So
I had some issues with the rulebook too. I had to go to BGG quite a bit actually.
Let me see what it's on. It's not strong.
They're in BGG answering the questions though, so I was able to find all the answers I needed. But
It's like
I didn't have to go.
181 rating, so it's not really up to date.
my problem with it, and I still had fun playing it, and there are definitely people in my group that were like, "Hey," about it.
I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
good.
Well, I mean, the thing is that it's a planning game, with an efficiency aspect to it,
Yep.
like trying, so but then just what Christian said, it's like here's some random dice rolls, here's some random card and order draw, and then like there's even like a random dice roll for resolution at the end, and it's like, and then there's some random market values, so there's a fair amount of randomness in it, which doesn't really bother me that much, but it is definitely one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I wish it was a little more deterministic, or I wish there was a little more, I had a little more control.
If you bone the roll, are you like just fucked?
Well, it's that old input output randomness issue, right? Like Euro, you want to have randomness before choice.
Yeah.
Whereas Ameritrash, you want to, or whatever you want to call it, thematic, you want to you have choice then randomness. Like I go here, now draw a card, what happens? That's Ameritrash, right? Whereas Euro puts out the card and go, okay, I'll
That's a
go.
good way of putting it.
What was that?
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
that was a good analogy.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think I heard anybody ever say that before.
Yeah, I think well, I wrote an article about it a long time ago, but I know that
I think I said it. Yeah.
well, no,
Maybe.
I also
Sure.
heard it in ludology. Yeah.
Oh, Ludology.
That would sound like something you'd say.
Yeah, it does.
I tried to get into that podcast, but it was over my head.
Dense.
Which podcast?
Ludology.
Oh,
Ludology.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good if you're a designer because
yeah.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, I know it did really well on Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I want to do it again, because I spent a good amount of money and it's a beautiful game and I don't want that to go away. So maybe I'll like it more the second time. Knowing what I'm saying.
and
Hopefully.
the thing that bugged me is that it's by a designer that I really hold in really high regard. One of
Brian Sewer.
yeah, Brian Sewer. One of the what I thought was a game that flew underneath tons of people's radar that was really good from 2019 was Winterborn, and I really
we talked about that at one point. I think.
I think we did,
What? What was
and he also designed Coldwater Crown, which is that fishing based worker placement game.
That one always looked good.
Oh, it's so good. I love Coldwater Crown. And I mean, the Freshwater Fly was the sequel to it, which was okay. It wasn't as good, in my opinion, but Coldwater Crown was fantastic.
Winterborn has not got much love on BGG.
No, it has not. And it is a really fun game.
Winterborn, you said?
Yeah, Winterborn.
Winterborn. Manage your Viking, shaman, and explorer and lead your clan through the harsh winter. I've that's like always been on sale, and I've like always had my finger like on the click to buy. Just never pulled the trigger.
I've never even seen this.
Is it a solo?
No, it's multiplayer.
It goes 1 to 4. There's a solo.
Yeah.
on it.
It's very, very straightforward. It has deck building in it, but it's not necessarily, like, I mean, it's got a good mix of deck building. I haven't played it in a long time, but I mean, I remember I picked it up at a convention just as, I was, and then they were like, and, they gave it to me and I was just like, oh, cool. And I didn't know what to think of it. And then I got home and I finally busted out and just, there's a ton of it going, there's a ton going on. And, but it's, I don't know. It's like nobody, I'm looking at this review. This is a game I'd love to explore more. I wish there was a bit more variety in the cards. I wonder how much repeatability there is, but this is 2020 after all, and nobody plays a game more than once.
True.
I don't.
The only game I
find
played more than once this year or the past year is Witchstone.
An Oath.
that.
I
Yeah,
know.
you did play with a lot.
Nope.
What was that other
I'll
one?
never
Hunger?
play Oath again.
I normally hit 2 or 3 most of the time.
Oath was the worst board game experience I've had in a year.
Really?
Come on.
Oh, it's horrible.
What happened?
Just the game happened.
Was it the game or the
miserable experience. It was like
the crew?
the last 2 rounds, we all knew what was going to happen, but we had to go through it anyway. And it was like,
So
there was
that's
a-
interesting with Oath because there's so much that could happen in that game that you really, I thought that too, right? But then we played it out and it totally changed.
we
With-
played it out, and it was pretty much exactly what we
Exactly.
thought. But it was also like, okay, so I was like the Emperor guy, and I was bored through the first half of it because no one was really able to, do the thing. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just go over here, do whatever. But then, like, part of the problem is like all those cards that go out on the board, every single one of them is different. And if you don't know those cards, it's just too many things all out there. Too many things that could possibly change. It's not like Inish where there's 17 cards that could
Yeah.
happen. This is like 20 cards could be flying out there at any time. And you have to keep all of that in mind of what's going on. It's just too much to keep up with. And then somebody's just like,
In a card
oh, I
heavy.
win if I get this banner. So you take the banner, and it always comes down to, okay, I can make sure that you don't win, but I'm not going to win. So why do I care if you win? I'll just end up making this person win. It's just a big king making circle in it.
Right. You are 100% correct. I found it that fascinating, but like I can see what you're saying.
I mean,
If I'm playing again to make you not win and then make a different person win, then why am I playing?
right. I'm a huge fan of Root, especially design wise. I think the way that they balanced out all those factions was amazing. So I was really eager going into this, but I don't like the structure that they have going on in this.
Did you play more than once?
Nope.
Nobody played.
And I have it too. I backed it. I don't know.
The thing about that game, well, every game is different, but yeah, you gotta
game was
like it
this?
to keep Oath.
Oh,
I don't think I like the design principle behind it. The
Have you played Pax Premier, second
No.
edition? You might like that. Although it is similar, where you're like constantly king making in that game.
I don't like the. I mean, you can kind of say the same thing about Inish or even like the
Exactly.
last
Yes,
few
Inish
rounds.
is
of
the same
Liquid.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan,
But
you
at
need to
least
steal
with
that name.
Inish,
The name Constantly King Making is a fantastic name for a game.
I actually have a design that I wrote down in one of my notebooks called Kingmaker. There's actually a game from like 1972 called Kingmaker, so it has to be a different name.
Avalon Hill game.
Yeah. So I have to name it something different, but basically the whole game mechanic is that you're trying to be second in line and make somebody else take, because the second person is actually the winner. I don't know. Anyway.
There's a game out there that does that. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Orc Olympics by Brain Games does it, but that's a little tiny family game.
It was like a racing game.
It's a
Yeah.
solid
Like,
game.
you don't want to win, like you're trying not to win, but make
Yeah.
some.
Yeah. So I totally came up with it. No one's ever done it before. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, you're totally. I mean,
In the clear.
believe me, if you ever came up with anything that no one has done before, you'll be the first.
Right?
Nothing is. Everything's been done.
Did we already sing happy birthday?
Yeah.
I did not recall any happy birthday singing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
oh, now it got weird.
That's good. That's weird.
Of BoardGameGeek.com. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Wow, it's almost like you can sing.
Almost.
I sung a bar or two.
Have you heard? There's a video out there, and I cannot. I mean, I've seen it on YouTube, but I wouldn't be able to find it. Someone suggested rewriting "Happy Birthday"
Oh, really?
because it's on a down note, right? Happy birthday to you.
Actually,
Yeah.
isn't it copywritten? Didn't you just make this video messed up or something? Now Lance has
I
to.
think they've broken that one, but
Oh,
maybe
okay.
No, I don't think
Jackson
happy
is
birthday is still under copyright.
Oh, okay.
there's something to that though. But
the
Or I
longest time it
demonetized
was-
your entire video.
For the longest time it was, and then it I forget when it was, but it was it at a certain point in the past it became public domain, so you could use it. So
Yeah.
that was why if you actually like had it in a movie or something like that, you had to pay whoever it was that owned it like some sort of stipend. So a lot of times in movies, instead of happy birthday, they would sing, like some other, it's like many happy birthdays to you, or something like weird, just like
Yeah.
it was.
It entered public domain in 2016.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's recent. I thought it was
Yeah.
One of the movie studios had it forever.
yeah.
But there's interesting take on it. Like the guy rewrote the melody,
Yeah.
which makes it way better.
Happy birthday to you.
Let's see if I can. Well, I don't want to get Lance copyright struck. again.
Get them a copyright.
So here's my weird question is that you see that there's this is board game related. Are you at all surprised? I mean, like I remember when like the whole Lagrania Masters Edition, I was like, why does Lagrania need a deluxe? But then again, why does anybody need deluxe anything in any of their games? I mean, it's just like cool looking stuff, right? But I'm like, I never really. I mean, I enjoyed Lagrania fine, I guess. I mean, I haven't played it in forever. I don't even think I own it anymore. But I'm just like, I just couldn't
There's a
believe.
whole lot of people new in the board game world, dude.
Yeah, they never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old
That's
is
one
it?
thing I really realized doing the Kickstarter stuff is there's so many people who don't know any of these games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a second edition. They'll be like, oh, is this good? Be like, wow, this is, yeah. And that's so weird to think about, but yeah, there's always new people finding this hobby.
Reprinting
If
of
When it
Oh,
came out,
really?
it was like a quick burst because it was other stuff was coming out on top of it and stuff like that,
Yeah.
So
I only played that.
easily missed.
I never played the actual board game version.
Interesting.
It's good. I like it a lot, but I already have it, so I don't need a deluxe version of it.
It was a Stronghold game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Or it was originally somebody else, and they did the U.S.
It was a.
Right. The US version.
I mean, I'll back it.
Go
It's
back.
pretty nice.
Do they have a deluxe upgrade kit, or is it just a whole new?
No, it looks completely different to me.
I saw the box and some of the pieces, so I didn't know if
$169. What?
yeah.
it's not 169.
God. It's $169 for one
Wow.
board game. That's not even an expansion.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Oof.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's a board game.
We're in a new era of board gaming.
Yeah.
Yup. Kickstarter's
It's still the same dice game, right?
I don't think it's different. It says the deluxe master set comes with a number of quality of life improvements, including
Oh.
all boards redrawn by Agnesia. Ooh, that's
it's
a
not
hard
the
one.
dice game. It's the
Triple
original.
layered and reorganized player boards, screen printed wooden components, and more. It's the same game.
Yeah, it's not the dice game because there was a dice.
Yeah, there was a Legrand rolling right.
LeBron.
Okay. Is this the classic?
Alan
Pulse-
Brown. Wait a minute. I haven't had to do a Kabuki Kid for this, so now Alan Brown is in on it. Guys, it's Granha, not
Oh, yeah.
Grania. It's not
Granha.
Viking. Excuse me. Let me put my glasses up. I'm like, there you go,
Actually,
Alan. You got that, Alan.
Not Lagrange.
Yeah,
Le Groucho,
Le Groucho.
Le Groucho Marx.
Oh my gosh. You play any games, Evan?
No, I've actually played games. Nobody else.
Oh, did I? So Fantasy Realms.
Yeah.
I got a personal best of 319.
Yeah.
Which I thought was pretty
Did you
darn
get the
good.
book, the candle,
No.
Oh, not that one.
I just did. I was all weather and flood hand, and my wife Jenna. Like I was like, she was like, oh, I think I have a good hand, and I was like, cool, because it was my personal best. I thought I was going to crush her face.
I
She
saw that.
She got 366. I was like,
What? Wow.
Yeah, I saw you
What?
posted that.
That's
What?
crazy about that game. Like that's the fun part of it. Like you can have those massive huge scores every once in a while, right?
ridiculous. Oh man,
I
it
need to
made
pick that
she
up. I
was
don't know
she
if
was
I know.
beaming all night.
Because Michelle and I played what's the one brain's not working, Lance.
Go brain.
It's the
No.
redo. It's not a redo. It's the
Red Rising.
Red Rising.
Yeah.
We were so bored.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
impressed.
Like we were
with that one.
that's because just the game is not It's not as good as Dragon Fantasy Realms.
Yeah, it's too bad.
It's
I
it's,
haven't
it's
tried
based
it.
on an IP that very few people have
Exactly.
read.
We didn't know the IP. We're like, what characters do you need? We had to read every card.
Yeah.
And we would draw a card. Draw a card. Put it down.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's true for Fantasy Realms too, but once you
You can get but it's way more like
it's
Oh, I know.
thematic,
or it is. I know what a magician is, or I know what a wizard.
Right.
I know what a dragon is.
right?
Right.
You go, oh
You're
yeah,
a wizard,
the
yeah.
Hydra hangs out in the swamp. That that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you have the boat, you can avoid the floods or whatever.
Right. Yeah, it all kind of has
Yeah, it all works.
thematic.
It just works better.
Yeah.
Not to say that Red Rising doesn't if you know the IP, but we didn't know anything about that IP.
Right. Me
Nobody
neither.
does.
Yeah, me neither.
I should get a copy. Do you have the expansion too?
Yes. Although Jenna doesn't really care for the expansion, so we took it back out.
Does it change anything? I mean,
It adds a few suits
okay.
that kind of dilute the original game a bit. In some ways that are sometimes fun and sometimes like, oh, this thing again. So we ended up taking it back out, but I enjoyed having it to play with for a while and then brought it back down to the core.
Cool.
And then I did play a full game of Euthia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the first
correct way.
scenario, the correct way.
Okay. You think?
Well, as far as I know, it was the correct. As far as I know, and it was fun. There's a lot of things that they did that were really cool, and it's obviously like a passion project that has tons of crazy content and super cool.
I wish the art wasn't as dark.
Yeah, that was
Hard to see the little people on the cards. Like, who is that guy?
yeah.
Oh, that's the smith. Can't you see
Right.
his anvil? Oh yeah, it's like this big.
Yeah, it has a big question mark over
and
it.
dark brown on dark green.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, there are some things where you can tell that it's like a first time
yeah.
publisher, where it's just like, oh, well, this is their first one under the belt, and the next one, they'll figure out the color correction and brightness a little bit, and
I might put stickers on it just to write the words on what's on each
blacksmith.
tile. Blacksmith. This is the Thieves Guild or whatever they are. All those. I mean, there's like 20 different buildings.
Yeah, there was
I thought there was a couple, and I'm like, wait, these are different. Oh, they are different.
yeah, right. When you separate those decks, and you're like, oh wait, this actually is
These
a
are-
little bit different than that one. Yeah, but yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
Sorry, who else is playing what?
We've been on hiatus.
Have you?
COVID.
Yeah, the Omicron. At least in Oregon, the case counts just dramatically dropped in the last day or so.
I need to check Dallas. Have I talked about Meadow?
Yes,
Okay.
Soprano.
you love it.
I love Meadow.
Yeah,
Meadow's good.
Soprano?
No.
Yeah, the daughter's name was Meadow.
I knew a Meadow.
Meadow was
in
my
high
least
school.
favorite character in that show.
Meadow was your favorite character?
Least.
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 Oh, least. Oh, okay.
Yes, she was a snotty brat. Entitled snotty brat. I wish they'd
I
put in.
thought the son was worse than her, though.
They're both terrible.
Yeah.
If I had my wishes, I would have exchanged. I forget her name now. Hold on.
The hostage exchange scenario.
No. There was I don't want to like. Can I spoil it or what? Like,
You're not going to spoil it for me.
No, I shouldn't.
It's an old show.
It's been over there for 10 years.
and I forget her name. The lady who owned the bar, the girlfriend of
Spider's
Perpetual. What was her name?
Oh, what was
Sporty
her name?
Spice.
She was blonde.
Gina? No.
Ginger Hallie, Ginger
No.
Hallie Hallowell.
It's
Holly Berry.
Ginger Rogers.
Ginger Rogers. Roger McDowell.
Mr. Rogers.
Ginger and the Professor and Marianne.
And the Thurston Howell III.
Oh,
What about his
dollar.
wife?
Yeah. What was her name?
Lovey?
Lovey.
Lovey.
I think that was her real name.
No.
Adriana.
No.
There you go. Who said that?
Adriana, yeah.
I looked
I
it
would
up.
Yeah.
change Adriana
It was on the tip of my tongue.
for Meadow. Please, like, I was not happy when Adriana was offed. Man, that was made me mad.
Because it really should have been Chris, actually.
It should have been Chris.
Yeah, sure. But yeah.
Well, she was the one who ratted.
I know.
Yeah, rat.
I mean, you basically can't not. It would have been better if she just disappeared and went into witness protection and escaped. What's his name?
Tony Soprano.
Vito.
Oh.
Vito? Didn't he? What was his name?
Was it Vito?
No,
Wasn't it Tony that took her?
no, it was
No,
his right hand man, the number 2 guy.
Sal.
Oh,
Sal.
Sal, yeah.
The drummer of the
Gotta call
Sal
Sal.
Butero, the
Band.
baseball player.
Springsteen band drummer or whatever.
Street
No,
Band.
Oh,
Silvio
crazy
Dante.
Vaughn.
Silvio Dante.
Silvo.
E
Sal-
Street
Sal.
Band drummer was not.
He was like
What
he
was-
was probably my favorite.
What's
But
his name?
after Meadow
cool.
or after
It's Steve
Adriana.
Van Zandt.
he was my least favorite.
Yeah,
And
Steve
then,
Van
I'm,
Zandt.
then I'm like,
Gutierrez.
this show sucks. I don't want to watch any more of it, but I had to because I had to watch the damn ending.
Paulie Walnuts.
Holly Walnuts.
I didn't like
Yeah.
any of the characters in that damn show.
Nah.
They're all awful.
Paulie Walnuts was funny.
What's that?
Paulie
Yeah, what?
Walnuts.
Watch his gray wings throughout the season.
One was Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie Gutierrez. You know, the guy in the
Grandpa.
crew.
Grandpa Munster.
I forgot they called them walnuts. I don't
Hey,
know why.
Paulie.
Like
no,
thoughtful like
that's
this.
That's from Rocky.
Hey, you know, he has had that weird like, I.
Oh no, he was. But oh god, I hated that guy.
He was hilarious.
Super sexist. Super like
Product
unlikable.
of its time, Scott.
Unlikable.
I mean, they
Yes,
all
God.
kind of were anyway.
I know. I'm just amazed that show is as popular as it was.
It's a different.
I mean, they
time
were
back
all
then.
villains. You
Yeah.
were basically watching villains, right? So
Right, but I like Goodfellas up to a point.
because they didn't show you how they were really villains.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
glamorous.
good different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually liked Sopranos because they were like, oh, he kind of seems like a normal person. Oh, right, he's a villain. Okay, now I'm starting to
Yeah.
like, oh, right, he's a villain. Like
Yeah.
they would come back and remind you every now and then.
I mean, I was literally like upset after the Adriana scene. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking show. Anyway,
Good show.
That was your red wedding moment. Or your,
Yeah, right.
kinda.
What was worse, the what's his name, Negan,
Don Dean.
that
Oh,
You
yeah, that was brutal. That was brutal. I kind of
made a
stopped
lot of
watching
people
it.
leave that show. Yep.
Kind of stopped watching it a little
A
bit.
lot
I
of
mean,
people
not,
left.
Did you?
not because
Who did he kill?
like,
I don't even remember.
When-
spoiler,
And the
spoiler,
other guy.
spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh,
Walking
what,
Dead.
what movie?
spoilers.
What movie? What show? What movie?
Walk-
Walking
Walking
Dead.
With Negan.
Season
Oh,
2, 3
yeah.
years.
It was like
Yeah.
season 3, I think.
No,
I mean,
it
they-
was like I would say it was like 6 or 7 when you
Yeah, it was
showed up.
later. It was later.
Yeah.
Is that show still going on?
Yes, and they
it's-
I
play-
thought they
another-
ended it at 9, right?
They got another 10 years planned for that
Really?
Yeah, right.
Are you kidding me?
universe. Not yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
the
I thought-
comics, the comics ended though.
Yeah, Kirkman.
They need to end that show, man.
And as
Oh, the
long as
toy
they
I
train?
enjoyed the last
Oh,
season.
that guy was awful too. What was that guy's name? When he's buying a toy train? I can't remember anybody's name.
Who are you talking about?
Bobby,
In the
Bobby Baltieri.
Yeah, he was bad too.
What are you talking about? He hadn't like killed anybody until basically Tony made him.
Yeah.
He had never done a hit, and then Tony, and then him and Tony got into a fist fight, and he beat up Tony, and then
Oh yeah. I remember.
and Tony knew that he had never done a hit, and so then he told him he had to go and shoot that guy so they could get a better deal on importing the cigarettes into Canada or whatever it was.
Oh, one of the best villains was I drink your milkshake. That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
You know,
I like that movie.
That was a good movie, man.
I
He was
freaking love that movie.
he was truly evil. It was amazing.
There will be blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there will be blood. I drink your milkshake.
I never saw that movie.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
worth it.
So
It's good. It's
Uh,
good.
Really good.
That's a truly villain that I don't know. I liked him.
I mean,
I
he
didn't
was
dislike him.
compelling. He was compelling.
He's a compelling
Yeah,
villain.
yeah.
So do you know who Stephen King said was probably the best villain in movies in like the last like 20 years?
Tim Curry from Legend.
Yes. The devil.
The devil.
Brothers.
The best villain.
The best, in his opinion, the best villain that was on in movies, multiple movies. I'll give you that hint. In multiple movies.
Darth
In
Vader.
like the last 20 years. Nope.
20 years. Okay.
20.
Not Darth Vader.
Not
Last
Darth
20
Vader.
years.
Terminator.
I guess now it'd be like 30 years, but yeah.
Terminator.
So we're going
Nope.
back to 1990s.
Well, no, I mean you'd probably go back to like I think no, actually 20 years is probably more accurate. Yeah, 20 years.
So 2000s.
Thanos.
2000s, yes.
I don't watch movies that recent.
Best villain.
Kingpin.
Nope.
No.
He is a great villain.
Oh, that guy bugs me.
Are you talking about Bill Murray?
No. Stephen King said one of the like where you absolutely hated her. And
Oh, it's she.
it made you so happy when she finally got her comeuppance.
I'm drawing blanks. I don't know.
Dolores.
Is it a series?
Dolores Umbridge.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Harry
yes.
Potter.
that's a good one.
The
Oh,
Lord.
no.
The evil
no.
professor who like
She's
makes
just annoying.
what are you talking about?
Kathy-
I did not hate her.
She makes makes Harry write things and then scars up his own arm.
The thing that made her so bad was that I knew people that she was a more focused version of,
Yeah.
you know?
Did you guys ever see Misery?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Kathy Bates, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was
Yeah,
that's
they-
the villain.
they-
A good villain.
Yeah.
That was
Number
yeah.
one fan.
I'm your number one fan.
She was really good as Bobby Boucher's mom.
Yes, she was.
No, yeah.
Whose ball was the devil? Yes, she was.
Every time someone mentions that movie, Misery, I can't stop thinking of the feet that.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
ankle.
That's the
Ankle
part.
cracker. We called it hobbling. They called it hobbling
Yes.
Yes.
when people tried to run away. What was it? This is
Oh
the
my
nonchalant storytelling while she puts a brick between his feet. Cinder block.
It was so bad. Oh my gosh. That movie was
watched
so
a-
intense.
A movie on, I think it was Netflix.
I don't think I've
called-
seen that movie since it came out.
Me
It's been a
either.
while.
That was
Yeah.
Elf's dad, right? What's his name?
James Caan.
Yeah,
James
James Caan.
No, that was Sonny.
Sonny.
No.
Yeah.
Godfather.
That's the better one, I guess.
No, that was
That's why you got to get the easy tag.
wasn't him. That was shoot. What's his name?
Need to watch Godfather again. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I just did over the winter.
Yeah, I
I
watched
did.
it about 2 years ago.
I just did it when we were up hunting. I watched all three of them.
Oh, you're gonna get
You mean
demonetized.
There's only two.
I sat through the third. It's not as bad as I remembered.
Do, do, do,
That is your
Yeah,
right.
3 wasn't as bad.
worse.
As I remembered either.
It's
do,
bad.
do, do,
I
do,
caught
It
it.
do,
wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as I remembered.
Oh my gosh, what is his name? Who's the main? Who's the main? Not Al Pacino, but the his underling.
Garcia.
Yeah, Andy Garcia.
Garcia.
The worst overacting in the world. Like I hated it.
Yeah, he was.
Ugh.
Wasn't he in Untouchables though? I liked him in Untouchables.
Yeah, he was.
One of the best that
That's a good
it's
battle.
like
Was
I'm
that-
walking out of here or you don't got this guy or whatever. It's like I'm gonna give you the count.
Bookkeeper.
I'm gonna give you the count to 3. 1.
Got him.
Yeah, I got him. Take him. Boom! Shoots the guy right through the mouth. 2.
Andy Garcia was good.
Is that where he's like laying on his side?
Yeah, he stopped the carriage,
Yeah, the baby carriage.
the baby carriage, and he's just lying on the ground. And he's got the guy leveled. You got him? I got him.
That guy was
Take him.
about. I hated that guy in that movie. That
Kevin
guy,
Costner.
no, the guy who was the villain, not Al Pacino, but like, or not what I mean, his hitman.
Oh,
I
Frank
don't know who that
Nitti.
guy wa-
Yeah.
What?
He was Frank Nitti was the character, but
That guy was bad in that movie. I mean, I hate it.
Yeah, and then he throws him. Oh man, that's such a good scene.
did it sound like that?
It was such a satisfying ending for that character.
Oh yeah.
One of my
We gotta
friends
do a
pointed
top
out
10
something
movies, or-
interesting. What was that?
So we got to do a top 10 movies of 2021.
2021.
Was there 10 movies that you liked in 2021?
I don't
One of
think
my
I've watched 10 movies in 2021.
Probably not.
One of my friends pointed out something interesting about
Yeah.
Untouchables, that if anybody takes a drink, they die.
Oh, really? Is that part of
It's
it?
like right before their death, they'll be taking a drink.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
Interesting.
Can't you remember what came out in 2020?
Yeah. Do you mean like movies that you went to a theater to see? Because I went to one. I
I went to 0.
went to Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man is out then.
I've not seen Spider-Man yet. As soon as it comes out on the streaming, it will be watched.
I haven't seen
It
it
is
either.
excellent.
Um,
I
Friday.
went on a Tuesday, like midday, where you could grab your seats, like assigned seating. And
That's
we
all
were
it
able
is
to
now,
sit
yeah.
where no one was around us. And,
Yeah.
It was like 8 people in the theater. All spread out.
Let's think what came out in 2021.
Anybody see Arcana or Arcane?
Arcane.
Oh,
No.
one of the best series I've watched in years.
What system is on? What
It's on
platform?
Netflix. Arcane.
It's just ARCANE.
Yeah.
What's it about?
Arcane.
Difficult question.
It's a totally different world with like, magic stuff.
Oh,
like that.
oh, it's based on the League of Legends game, right?
Yeah, but I've never played the like I don't know anything.
I was sort of
Oh
saying,
yeah, my son and I tried to watch that. We were bored.
Oh, it's
I mean,
amazing.
it's good that you get it. I'm glad you like it, but we were.
do they have
just like-
Timo in it?
What? I don't know.
Timo is Timo in the Arcane? Okay. He's like the little cat guy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Throws a
yeah.
dart.
Yep.
That was my character. I played Timo a lot.
Yeah, I've never played the video game.
It's fun. If you want to get really angry at strangers or have strangers curse your name. Really fun.
The writing and everything, the character development is amazing
Interesting.
in it. Plus the art alone.
Yeah, the art looks
It
awesome
all
on
looks like drawn artwork.
Yeah.
The entire animation.
Is it produced by Riot? Like, did Riot make it?
Yeah, it says it in Netflix.
Just wonder if they did a third party thing. Cool. I'll have to check it.
They even made me like little side characters.
Yeah.
Just like little people off to the side. Like they made it feel like there was a lot more that you hadn't
There's
seen.
like 100 characters in the game.
Yeah.
Like, probably more than that now. Last I checked, last I played, it was like 100. And they all have their own little, lore and backstory kind of thing. And persona. Did they have the female sniper? She's like a steampunk female.
Caitlin or something like that.
Say again?
Caitlin or
That sounds right.
I would only pick up from that because I think there was like 1 or 2 moments where she used a rifle or something.
Actually
like
curious to see what. Caitlin. Caitlin. She had like a top hat.
She had a hat at some point.
Yeah.
They didn't it wasn't like cartoon style where everybody wore the same outfit
As the game.
all the time, and it always, there were times where things got messed up and they would drop their hat or something, like in real life. You wouldn't keep your little top hat on while you're.
Did they have the Frankenstein guy?
I don't know what that is, but that sounds like something that happens in there.
Okay.
So
I'm actually very great. Now I'm gonna have to watch it because I want to see the characters.
yeah, it'd probably mean more to you whenever people pop
Yeah, because I
up.
mean I played a lot of that game. I mean, my account got hacked and it's banned, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what to do. Like I could write them and maybe try to get it unbanned, but I don't care if I mean not Victor. Victor. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I put probably $100 into the game. It's one of those games where you just buy skins, Lance. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Probably put
All
100.
right. We haven't done this in a long time, and before when Evan gets back, we're gonna put Forest in the box again.
Oh,
Yeah.
four's in the box.
That means I walk away, right?
Yeah,
Poor
we're gonna put you,
Forrest,
and then we're
why
gonna
did they
Put
when he
Evan
gets
in a
back-
box since he's gone.
Well, yeah, but he'll come back in the middle of it, and we'll be
That's
like,
Wait, I'm gonna go make some tea.
You could do that.
Okay.
plus,
Wait,
I am
Actually sounds pretty
super-
good.
super
wait, should I go away
tired. No, I'll wait for Evan to get
Yeah,
back.
wait for it.
I'm super tired, so this might be an early boom.
Well, there's nothing else to talk about.
Ooh.
I guess we can go through Kickstarters or something.
I mean,
Or be done.
Still
I
don't know
gotta
if
do my own. I gotta do my own personal review of the Kickstarters that I'm waiting for that are old and I'm waiting on. But I don't like doing that because it just makes me mad. So you
Why
know,
do you bother?
but because I just like to do a little bit of maintenance. You know, I mean, it's like the whole thing is like I told myself once I finally get to 150 games, I'm gonna go into BGG one day and I'm gonna go in and put everything in that's previously owned and all that stuff too. So yeah, I know it'll take me a while. All right, so
Way too much work.
we're gonna put Forest in the box. So Forest, you're gonna have to just mute, or you can just mute Forest. I mean, either
In
way,
the box. In the box.
just mute this so you can't hear what we're saying.
Or you can listen and then try to remember the answers.
But this is the classic. We'll ask. I have 10 trivia questions of random. They're not really tied together in any way, shape, or form. So, you will try to guess. You will lock down how many you think Forrest is going to get right. All right. So here you go. We'll start with these are 10 questions. First question is, how many people without the alternate make up an Olympic curling team?
Oh, he'll never know this.
I have no clue.
Yeah,
It's four.
Yeah.
Oh,
You got it.
maybe that sounds
my
smart.
wild guess, but I don't know.
In what country? Where would you find the famous landmark, the Taj Mahal?
We'll know that.
Anyway.
All right.
You're right.
How many astrological signs are there?
You'll know that.
And
Is it
that's-
12?
It's 12. Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a trick question. It's kind of a trick
Yeah, that's.
That's what I was wondering if it was.
I was thinking the wording. If he. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. What is the largest fish in the world?
Largest fish.
You're muted, Evan, just so you know. That's
Great white?
Never
Nope,
sounded so
that's-
good, Evan.
I said blue whale, and then I realized that's not a fish.
It's not a
Yeah.
fish.
It's the
whale
whale shark. The
Whale shark.
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
He might.
They only get to like 40, 50 feet.
no, because he'll say whale.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
What is the rarest hand in poker?
The rarest.
Assuming no wilds.
I mean,
I
there's-
There's
think-
no wild.
I
Yes.
think on the. Yeah, I think on this.
That's a straight flush.
Okay.
What actor?
Wouldn't it be a royal flush?
which is a straight flush.
A straight flush
Right.
is just.
It
It's
But
doesn't
just-
it's very specific.
the only difference.
Very
No, the
specific.
only.
It's the highest
I mean,
straight
no, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. A lot of people say that. I mean, I'll accept that as an answer. If he says royal flush, I'll accept that as an answer. The only difference between a royal flush and a straight flush is that it's a 10 through ace. If you get like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of hearts, that's just as rare.
It's the same probability. Yeah.
Yeah, as 10 jack queen king king.
Right, but you asked the rarest, not the highest. That's true. Okay.
So, what actor won the Oscar for what? Well, okay, who won the Best Actor Oscar for the movie Philadelphia?
He won't.
Tom Hanks.
I don't think
Yeah, I don't know if
Good movie.
See, I was thinking maybe he'll think it's
Denzel.
Denzel.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he'll even know what the movie is.
Who was the first president to be impeached?
He'll never get that.
Wasn't Bill, was it?
It was before him. This was
Wilson or something.
yeah. Wasn't Wilson.
Not Bill
I think-
Clinton.
He
I
kept
think it was Bill.
his job by one vote. By one vote.
I think everybody else that was going to be impeached resigned first.
It was
Um,
Andrew Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Johnson.
All right.
Johnson.
Really give-
Yeah.
Oh, he's not going to get that.
No.
What African country's capital is Mogadishu?
Jeez.
He might.
I don't,
Play board game.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Chad.
Zimbabwe?
That's Somalia.
Somalia.
Which one? They split recently.
Ibuki calls it knuckleheads, by the way.
What?
Ibuki calls us knuckleheads. John.
Yeah.
What is the point value for all of the vowels in Scrabble?
Together?
One.
Hey.
One. They're
Five?
all worth
Oh.
1 point. They're all worth 1
Okay.
point.
Thought you meant together.
No, I did not.
So you mean each of them?
Yes. And final question is Randy Poffo appeared in the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. What name is he better known as?
Buzzsaw. Is that what it is?
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw's
Oh, yeah.
ready.
Bone-
I think I'll get that.
I get you for 5 minutes.
I got a number.
All right, what's your number, Scott?
Five.
Chris, what's your number?
Also,
Me and
Ooh,
Evan. Me and Evan.
Oh, 4.
4. Barry.
I'm thinking because I want to go 5, but too many of you motherfuckers have 5.
You can be bold and go 6.
I don't know.
Or-
I don't feel for him today, man.
3?
Sorry. Nah, I don't want to go that. Yeah, I'll go 4. I don't want to go that low. Don't want to hurt him.
All right. Forrest.
A Y is worth 2, by the way.
What was that?
That's not a vowel, though. Is a Y a vowel? Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What's that song? A-E-I-O-U. Sometimes.
Yeah. And so where was that from?
Sometimes Y. It's
What
an
is that
80s song.
from?
That's a song. I'll play it for you, Lance. We'll get a copyright strike.
I know. I'm trying to remember what the name of the song was, though.
Can I come back?
It's called A-E-O. It's Eben Ozen. Eben Ozen. You know that band?
Yeah, you can come back.
A-E-I-O-U. Sometimes
I
Y.
just remember the one I remember was
It was a
1, 2, 3,
cartoon.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, that's
12.
the Electric Company,
Yeah.
right? Or was that
No, that was
Sesame Street.
it's only a bill, man,
Eben Ozen, man?
on Capitol Hill.
Hey. Yep. All right. Well,
All right, here you go. Forrest, are you ready?
Born ready.
All right, I will not
Don't sugarcoat this.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything.
You're going down.
But
or still.
I'm gonna here we go. I am going to ask you a series of 10 questions. I will not accept anything until you say final answer. All of you do not react to anything he says until you hear final answer.
You're no
Okay.
fun.
I like how you only call out Scott.
Well, I know because everybody's like, no, like that. All right. Evan, you're still muted. So there you know.
You don't have to listen to me eat.
No, I don't care.
What are you eating?
All right, here we go. Question number 1. How many people make up a professional curling team, not counting the alternates?
Jesus. I've curled before a couple times. I'm gonna guess 4.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Ding! 4 is correct. Well done.
I'm impressed.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, a
Question number
couple of
2.
my buddies are really big into curling, so I just gotta pick up some stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. Question number 2. In what country would you find the famous landmark, the Taj Mahal?
Country. Damn. I know it's in India. In India. India's not a continent. No, India is a continent. It's Australia, North America, South America, Antarctica. India is not a continent. India.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Oh my God, I would not have let you live that down forever.
That would have been
I
greatness.
was thinking India was
if you
a
called
continent
it-
for a second.
It's a subcontinent.
Oh
I
my
like how-
God, you were
I like
like,
how
well,
literally everyone had to cover their mouth.
And
to
they were
not-
all like,
the country. Oh man, I mean, I know it's in India, but how am I going to figure this out? you,
that was still good.
you
2 for 2. That's all that matters. Doesn't matter
for
how you
2.
get there.
8 more.
just.
It doesn't matter.
Question number 3. How many astrological signs are there?
So I'm out. Sagittarius. There's Aquarius. Okay, so there's less than 12 because it's got to be less than 12 months. There's more than 4. Oh, how do they break it up? 8. 8 sounds about right. 8, maybe 6. 6 or 8. I think it's 6 or 8. 8. Final answer.
The answer is 12. So
Damn.
you're-
I don't know. I never got into that in any way, shape, or form.
What is the largest fish in the world?
If you got shark, I know it's the Mako shark. My son tells me like once a week, but we'll go with swordfish. No, manatee. Manatee. Final answer. I think that's a fish. Is that not a fish?
Not really.
It lives in the water.
That's an aquatic mammal, the manatee. They also get to be about 6 to 8 feet long max. So,
Yeah, but how much do they weigh?
but the answer we were looking for was whale shark. They get to be about 50 feet long.
All right.
God, can you imagine if you see a whale shark?
No.
Oh, they look super cool.
Humpback whale, and we're Alaskan. Those are pretty awesome.
Or what about the
I
colossal
don't want to be
squid?
near it.
Colossal
The giant
squids
squid.
get pretty big.
They do.
No, there's like a bigger than a giant squid. There's like a
All right, you
Anyway.
started out being shot from a gun, and you've had a couple.
He's right on top of my target.
Yeah, he's shush. Here we go. Question number 5. What is the rarest hand in poker?
Let's see.
No Googling.
It's either the royal flush or the quads. I think quads. No, royal flush beats everything. Yeah, royal flush. Final answer.
Ding! That is correct. I would have accepted straight flush as well, since they're both functionally the same.
What? Straight flush.
It's the same thing. The royal flush is just the highest possible straight flush. Anyway. All right, question number 6. You got 3 right.
Yeah.
Who won the Best Actor Oscar for the movie Philadelphia?
Oh shit! Which one of them did? Was it Hanks or was that Denzel?
It wasn't a manatee. I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
whale
no.
shark.
That was the.
I'm gonna go with
biggest fish
Tom
in-
Hanks. Final answer.
Ding! Another. There you go. Look
I
at
love me
this.
some Tom Hanks.
Where you at now?
He's got 4.
Oh,
At what?
How about-
7?
what number are we on?
This is question number 7 is up right now. Who was the first president of the United States to be impeached?
I'm sure there was somebody before Nixon, but I don't know. I'd just be throwing a dart. I'm gonna go with Nixon. Final answer.
He actually wasn't impeached. He retired before they could impeach
Yeah,
him.
he resigned, didn't he? Yeah.
There's only three that have been impeached, and that is Trump, Clinton, and Andrew Johnson.
Damn it! The guy on the 20 who shot the gun. I should have thought about it more. Should have just guesstimated it was the guy who had a duel.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
Never mind.
Question number 8. What African country's capital is Mogadishu?
Nigeria. Final answer.
And Somalia.
It's
Yeah.
close.
No clue. Just picked one and guessed.
It's
And
close.
Jackson is on the $20 bill, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Oh, was it different, Andrew?
Different Andrew.
Johnson
Andrew Jackson.
is the one that was impeached.
Oh.
Here
Well,
you
yeah, I got that
go.
wrong anyway,
Question number 9. In the game of Scrabble, what is the point value for A, E, I, O, and U? It's all the same.
0. Final.
It's 1.
Damn it. I don't
What
know.
number are we on? Number 10?
I felt
Final
so
question.
good about that. I felt
We're on
so
9.
good.
Final question.
I thought
Here
you
we
were gonna
go.
get that one.
Here we go. This is a sweat. It's a
Yeah,
sweat.
sweat.
It's a sweat. So here you go. Randy Poffo appeared in the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. What name is he better known as in real life?
What name is he? I have no clue. I'm thinking Uncle Ben. I'm thinking Macho Man. Macho Man seems like a funner answer. I'm gonna go with the Macho Man. Final.
Oh yeah, there you go, Randy Macho Man Savage. No, his name was Randy Poffo. His brother was Lenny Poffo, who was known as the Genius. You remember him from old school wrestling. He came and he had a the when you graduate that hat the with the
Yeah.
square. I can't remember what it's called.
The mortar
Whatever.
board.
Yeah, whatever it is. And then he would
That was what he would wear.
yeah, he'd wear, and then like he'd always like they'd throw him the Genius, they'd throw him into the ropes and he'd grab the ropes, and then the guy would like do his drop kick and land on the ground, and he'd turn to the crowd and he'd go, I'm the Genius. There's no way I
Right.
can lose. You know, so and then usually the guy would then hit him over the head, and
I think that was 5.
it was 5.
I think it's my new personal best.
You've done better than 5, haven't you?
I don't know.
It was 5 because
that's,
he got curling team right. He got Taj Mahal right.
You got different ones right than I thought you would get.
He got the rarest hand in poker right.
I thought you would get the Scrabble one right and the Oscar wrong.
You got Tom Hanks right, and he got
Yeah.
Macho Man right.
So that's 2 Lance Bucks to Scott and I.
Yeah,
Alaboom bucks.
Oh,
So he got
it's
the
like
biggest fish
NFTs.
wrong.
I think
It's like
he owes me
NFTs.
100 Alaboom bucks.
Yeah.
Make
One
some
day.
crypto. I'll cover it, Lance.
God, I had something I was gonna say too. It was gonna be clever.
It's gonna be.
No. During the Spider-Man first one, like during that scene with Macho Man doing that role or whatever as Bonesaw. I love the fact that the guy had the saw that he was like sawing his arm with or whatever in the crowd. But anyway, I can't think of the name of the director.
Sammy.
Sam Raimi.
Tim Ramey, yeah.
Yeah. So he he constantly had to ask Randy Savage. He had to constantly ask him to stop like playing up to the crowd. Like it was just like he would like sit there and like during like in the middle of takes or whatever, they'd stop and they'd be doing something and he'd be going to the crowd, he'd be like, oh yeah. He was just like and like playing up to the crowd constantly and then like he'd be like, Randy, you gotta stop it. You know, it's like but it was second nature for him. Like he was in a role and he had to, you know, just be the heel and the crowd, of course, like the extras were just going crazy for him and amping him up and just had to, you know, fish out of water. Not used to you should just turn geek gold into cryptocurrency, Scott. The only reason I say that is because I have thousands of it and I want it to be worth something.
I think that's how it works, though.
I do remember there was a time when it was like actually had value, like people were selling it. They'd sell it like, I'll give you 500 geek gold for $100.
Everybody,
I remember that too.
Good night, Christian.
Yeah, people were tracking it.
What happened with that?
That's a good thing. It's making
You had the original crypto.
Yeah, it wasn't really crypto, but I can push a button and make an infinite amount of it. And that's not really how crypto works.
Yeah.
Well, no, well, I mean that's a, you know, we can just print off money. So I mean, why can't you?
Talked about it I didn't understand crypto. I mean, this was like years ago when
Nobody does.
Larry was on. But like we talked about making a coin for BGG, but I don't think that's the right move anymore.
Probably not.
I didn't
Everybody
realize
likes
how
to-
destructive it is.
yeah, everybody
Environmentally
complains
destructive.
about that.
It is
What's up?
volatile. Yeah.
Everybody complains about that. I've been noticing that's more and more.
Well, I don't want to contribute to that.
But a lot of the newer technologies are way less bad for the environment than classic banking.
I think I was reading about a music service that wants to do NFTs for trading songs or song clips. Like if you make a song clip on its system, they want to mint it, but I think it's not one of those. The problem is as soon as you say that, it's like a turnoff, right?
Right.
Like from what I understand, and I don't really understand it, it's not as environment. It's a more eco-friendly form of NFT.
My boss
then-
said the smartest thing I ever heard. Shane said when he was, because like somebody in our company like sent a thing about, hey, these are the newest things about this NFT or this whatever, and he just responded, all I know is the more I read about cryptocurrency, the less I understand. So
Yeah.
That's the truth of any subject.
I mean, this is all going to be gone in like a year.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Really?
have you seen that kind of that tweet that went around for the longest time where it was just like when I was a kid, you could in the back of magazines that people were selling stars for $20.
You could buy a star.
Yeah.
You could buy a star, and they said they'd be recorded in the National Star Registry, and then you were sent a picture of a star that maybe or maybe not was what yours was, and you know, but there were like several different star registries, but you know, they said they all were keeping track of it. You had no idea if like what star was yours or who was it or who had the right to sell it to you or anything like that. But and then one by one, those pieces of paper and pictures were like put in drawers or thrown away or vanished, and those. None of those companies still exist today, and all of those records have just been lost to time. So yeah, have fun with those NFTs.
Well, I'm still a Scottish lord, dang it.
I mean,
Are you?
I can copy your NFT, right click, save to hard drive. I mean,
But it's not the original one.
who cares?
I don't know.
Still looking at it.
Get your eyes off my NFT.
Yeah. What's wrong with you,
There's
Scott?
still no good purpose for blockchains. It's a tech that is looking for a problem to fix. Maybe. I'll watch the video quick.
You know, Kabuki, what if that guy is just trying to make it so people don't buy the stuff so he can buy those things on the cheap? You know, he's just
Conning everybody.
yeah, he's
Trying to scare the little guy out.
He's
Yeah.
the yeah. There you go.
I remember when Beanie Babies were crazy popular.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Those
That's a
I
physical.
remember being forced to wait in line by my mother to get because there was a limit of how many Beanie Babies per person can be purchased. So like, it was the most ridiculous thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, it's just a fad.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And now there's hundreds of those damn things rotting away in the basement of my mom's house.
One day they'll come back. It all comes back.
Well, the weird thing about Beanie Babies is the reason why they got super popular was
These guys were manufacturing scarcity.
well, the very first ones that like ever got made were the ones that they went back when like when you got a Happy Meal, then the thing that you got was actually something of some value.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I remember getting a Happy Meal and the deluxe Happy Meal and getting like a videotape of like a movie. Like it was like, oh, it's like you can, it was like so, but
It was a bootleg, but
yeah, the first run or whatever was
Technicalities.
was those Beanie Babies. And people got like and those became like and then they got them and then it was like and then they did a first run like the first run of Beanie Babies and then because they did the thing through McDonald's to hype the first run and then people got excited about it and then they sold out of that first run and nobody could find them anymore. And then people started trying to like buy them, and there was like a second and third, and then the company that made them had no idea. They're like, "Holy, what's going on? Why are people getting all excited about this stuff?" And then they went and they were like, "Oh, okay." And then they figured out that they could say, "Okay, everything's a limited release. Once we do this run, we're never doing it again." So everybody was just like, "Oh." There was like some stupid camel called Humphrey that was like this like. I mean, seriously, people talked about like getting I got a Humphrey. It's still sealed in bag, and there was a whole market for how to keep them like in these bags and out of the sun and my mother was doing it like crazy. And then like, yeah, there's a room in my parents' house that like, there's like 7 or 8 giant garbage bags, filled with these goddamn Beanie Babies that like, she assumed were going to be worth something at some point. And
So someone has purchased on today a $500 Princess Diana 1997 Beanie Baby. So there are some that are really
that makes
collectible.
sense.
Yeah.
but
look up a
they're
Humphrey.
selling.
What is a Humphrey going
well,
for?
is it a single Humphrey or a double Humphrey?
Got to be the double Humphrey.
I can find one.
Nobody
A
likes
dromedary
single
or
Humphrey. Yeah.
Now, I mean, that was sold, but I'm just looking at sold items, by the way. Original Humphrey, $26.
No,
I mean, that's
my stockpile of 700 is worthless.
No, 700 would be worth a bunch of money.
someone else bought one for 120.
Ooh.
No, and the Humphrey the Camel and Bumble. Do you have Bumble, Lance?
Oh,
No, I mean, I don't know what my mom had. Who knows?
that's
one for
double hump
7.
money.
I mean, you probably get something out of it.
Yeah.
49. Someone bought a $49 Beanie Baby today. Humphrey.
Today. That's what.
Sold January 20th, 2020. I thought it was today. January 20th, 22. Pre-owned. Original Humphrey Camel Tie Beanie Baby 1983. $49. One bid.
$49. There you
Somebody's
go.
buying
You'll be
them.
rich.
Somebody's making a run on Humphreys.
McDonald's one is $4.95.
Forrest, make a video.
24.
Get out there, Forrest. Get on it.
Someone's buying stuff.
Hurry up before the stream passes.
Is
by.
it the same person, the same buyer,
I don't know. That's
Probably.
hard to know.
cornering the Humphrey market?
Quarter and
You have the chubby Humphrey.
Dude, I don't know what my mom has. They're in garbage bags in the basement of a house.
That's a very personal question.
We know he cataloged the whole thing. He was using them as inspiration for D&D campaign.
Do you have the Teletubby set? That's $220, by the way.
Really?
Give him some more.
I mean, they're not selling for nothing. So there's some value there. I bet there are some out there that are pretty rare that people would buy. You have Tabasco the Bull.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, that's kind of how everything goes now. I mean,
Tabasco the Bull is $130.
130.
Do you have
How
the baby legs frog? I know, I'm just messing with you, man.
I know.
No ball, $10. I'm just looking at the high value ones.
I demand satisfaction.
Demands that's accurate.
My Shane busts that out every once in a while when he gets upset with something. It's like, I wish it was like the old days where I could just duel somebody. I walk up to somebody, slap him with my glove, and say, "I demand satisfaction."
Did you guys see that movie, The Duel? That was I like historic pieces. That was a pretty good movie.
The Last Duel.
The Last Duel. Yeah, sorry.
It's a real thing. It's,
Yeah, it's based on it. Yeah,
Do you have a Y2K Millennium teddy bear, Lance?
Ooh, I do.
four of
That's-
them
That's
actually.
$315.
Oh my God! Let's sell them now.
Sell now.
You remember why
You're sitting on a gold mine, Trebek.
You're sitting on a gold mine. I remember those peace bears, the ones that have like the.
I don't.
You can get a lot of 5 for $10.
Value. You could make
Somebody
tens of dollars.
Tens.
I bet
Who
there's some.
wants to marry 100 heir?
How about this aftermarket first?
That's funny that your mom was into Beanie Babies.
Oh,
I remember
well,
watching,
she
like,
got
the
she
league
got
back-
into it. She got into it because her first granddaughter like latched onto it, and she would do anything to make my brother's daughter happy, and so they searched for everything.
Did she bag him and tag him? Did she tag the charms?
Oh yeah.
Tag them and tag them.
Oh yeah, she did. I mean, like I said, and this is before the internet, so you couldn't really do anything. I mean, it was like one of those things where it's like
You
calling
couldn't
all
really
the
do
stores and asking if they'd hold them and saying I'll come in there, the day before and what's the release date? When are you gonna have these things? Being the most annoying person possible, calling these people
So why did the Beanie Babies fail?
because they made too many.
They made them, yeah.
It was just like the
too
comic book, the big comic book implosion, when
Yeah.
everybody was thought the new somebody figured out, oh wow, these comic books are worth something, and then all of a sudden they start coming out with special foil cover, Spawn
Mhm.
issue,
I still have
whatever.
those. I still have those.
and everybody thought they'd be
They're
worth.
gonna be worth something, Evan.
I could send away for that coupon.
Everybody thought that they'd be worth, and then everybody was like, oh, if you make everything special, nothing is.
Does your shirt
is-
say Chub or Chula?
No, it says Chubb's Pub. It was
Oh,
this
Chubb's.
is an old softball jersey I had for my old
Nice.
softball team. I went through all of my clothes and I got rid of about 80% of them.
Wow.
I was like, and then I took them over to the Goodwill, just dropped them off, put them in a couple giant boxes. I was like, wow, I haven't worn this shirt in 5 years. See you later.
I need to do
There's nothing wrong with that.
that. I need to do that.
Yeah. No, I mean that's
Yeah, I
like
do too.
if you believe in that Maria Kanto stuff, that's like the first thing they say. Take every single article of clothing you own and put it on your bed. And then look at the giant pile of clothes. And I didn't do that, but they say if you do that, if you take every single article of clothing you have and you throw it on your bed, don't try to fold it, or you can try to make it, but just throw it all on your bed and look at your giant pile of clothing. And you realize that you wear 10% of it.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
so just take the stuff and you just drop it off at Goodwill and let somebody else pay $2 for it and have it sit in a drawer for the rest of their lives.
That nostalgia.
Have you read-
though, you lose
have you
so
read
much-
that?
Nostalgia.
that
No, I mean, like that's the whole thing with minimalizing your stuff. See, my wife and I are doing that. We're going through our stuff and just getting rid of things, and that's why I'm getting rid of like but like you keep stuff that has a value to you. So like, I mean, this shirt, I wore this for like 10 seasons of softball. I wouldn't get rid of this because it still fits for one, and it's just like I played a ton of softball wearing this jersey. So
That's a
I
good
wouldn't get rid of it.
memory.
Yeah.
And US
But
Bank
I mean, but
is an
whatever,
important institution.
yeah, whatever funny Woot t-shirt that I picked up that I thought was going to be funny forever, you know, that I haven't worn and
I remember those shirts.
Yeah, see you later.
The Spencer's shirts, the Hot Topic shirts.
Yeah.
Worst, do you have a Justin Bieber board game?
Yeah, the Backstage Pass game.
I didn't know it existed.
It's pretty
You
terrible.
guys remember Woot.com?
Brothers Murph play it all the time. Yeah, I do remember. Bag of crap.
They're still around, the old Woot.
Woot.
Used to be.
So you don't think that you'll keep them? They won't come back, Lance.
I don't think what?
The shirts will come back, Lance.
No.
No. What
They'll
is
be valuable.
all this?
They'll
What
be
is all
valuable
this article?
someday.
There is a
clothing,
website that deals with vintage T-shirts.
Yeah.
By
I'm
vintage,
sure
I mean like from the 80s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Well, those are
I'm
oldies
waiting for
now.
Michelle to give up her T-shirts. We're going to sell them all on that website.
Got
Got a ton of awesome shirts. Like name an 80s like new wave band. She's got the fucking shirt.
Really?
New Order. Pet Shop Boys.
Cure.
I remember listening to Pet Shop Boys.
I've got so many Cure shirts.
West End Girls.
Those little paws. Yeah.
Kicking down chairs and knocking on tables. Oh, it's been
Did any of you guys get invited to New Geek Market? Did you receive your Geek Market?
I was invited to nothing.
Geek
What is-
Market.
What is Geek Market?
Board Game Geek Marketplace.
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're not a top seller or buyer. Okay. We filtered it by whoever is the most active.
It's definitely not me.
Oh yeah, no.
I go
We're
on.
starting up a new Geek Market platform.
I check.
It's a dedicated platform that actually works like you want it to.
That's cool. I don't sell anything on it.
What do you mean
'Cause
by
I don't
that,
really
Scott?
sell anything. But I check BGG every single day.
Say what, Bear?
What do you mean by the way you wanted to?
We go by, you check out, and you get a shipping notice, and it's like
Oh, okay.
like a for real marketplace.
Okay.
It's a managed marketplace,
Right. I get you.
not like ad hoc like it is now, where you have to like wait for the person to like figure out how much shipping costs. And
Yeah.
Right.
but that brings on more
Thanks.
expense
Yeah.
for the seller, I should say.
Yeah.
But we're
Bless
hoping
you.
to blow open the used sales market because people could one click buy basically.
Right. I think that's a great plan.
If you ever use Reverb, it's like Reverb.
Never even heard of it.
You know Reverb?
Reverb Nation.
Reverb.com.
Oh,
I have heard of Reverb Nation.
You can buy and sell musical equipment.
Oh, okay.
It's community driven.
handpicked by our staff, steals and deals. Okay.
Reverb is awesome if you're into that stuff.
I'll have to look into it.
Did you figure out how to use your fancy synthesizer?
Hell no.
Oh, I've gone down a hole. I don't want to show it. I'm not going to
So
show it yet.
that's one of those like modular ones, right?
I'll give you a peek of the modular.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's a little bit over there in the corner.
I've got one of my buddies is a modular synth like
is-
nerd. It's a
it is
rabbit
a-
hole.
I was just going to use that word. Right? It is like when I first got into board games, it's a
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm hitting I don't think I'm down that rabbit hole that far, but I'm pretty far down.
That's awesome.
But I haven't made anything that sounds good yet.
Hey man, I can get you in touch with
I
my
mean, it
buddy.
sounds
He was the bassist in the band that became Weezer,
Oh, wow.
and now he's really into those. And he knows a
Fun.
bunch.
Like plugging the wires in the different sockets, jacks. It's fun.
Yeah,
Figure out
yeah.
Like
So it's
I've
all
learned
analog?
a ton. Huh?
It's all analog?
Some analog, some digital.
Oh, okay.
Do you go, hello, how may I connect your call? No.
I can't.
Bad joke. Dead
It's all
joke. Got it.
tethered. But yeah, it's fun. And everything you do is different. Like every time you turn it on, because the wires, your knobs
Yeah.
change the settings.
It
and-
looks freaking cool, man. The one directly behind you, I could definitely play that and figure
well,
that
that's
one
a,
out.
yeah, that's a polybrute.
But the one, the modular, I'm like, I don't know.
No, that's a keyboard. But it's a modular assignable, meaning you can modulate. You can see that little panel right there.
Mhm.
You can modulate anything to anything.
Oh, the one directly behind you is also okay.
That's
just
it's a modular. It's a modular integrated keyboard.
Okay, it doesn't have the sweet little hand connectors.
It doesn't have any patches, but
Yeah.
patch cables. It's all in that grid. So if
All
you
right.
light up a grid, you see how it's like.
Yeah.
It's a XY coordinates.
Yeah.
Define
That's too
what
fancy
goes
for me
what,
already.
Pretty fun.
Is
Looks
Michelle
awesome.
sick of you yet?
I'm debating starting up synthgeek.com.
Because
Yeah.
There is
Do it.
there is one website that I found, but it is, I mean, you think BGG is old? This thing is great. I mean, and I'm not like trying to compete or anything, but there's nowhere to keep track of anything.
You
Yeah.
make a synthgeek.com. I'll start covering it, and I don't know a damn thing about it. But
Yeah.
I'll go
I
head
heard
first
she's
to
gonna
that.
I
Hey man, if you make some sweet synth beats, send them to me. I'll lay down some tracks on top.
there's a synthgeek.com, but it's password protected. So someone's got the domain.
We got to take them out.
you sure it's
Yeah.
not you, Scott? You
Let's
forgot
find 'em.
about it?
Take
Haven't
them out.
talked.
They might take offers. You never know.
Yeah, take them out.
I don't know. It's hard to start up a new website because there's a ton of work. Like when we did RPG Geek and Video Game Geek, man, that was a crushing amount of work. Crushing.
Do you think the technology will make it easier nowadays?
To start a website,
Yeah, or the advancement in it? No,
It's
not
hard.
really.
It's super hard.
Video.
Well, I mean, BGG's technology is easy.
yeah,
Getting it created is hard. Like putting all the effort in. That's why I'm annoyed why everybody thinks BGG can just be copied. Like it took 22 years of hard data and community building to build this website. So I mean,
Who thinks it can be copied?
I get constant, people
I
get
see
angry.
those people.
People get angry with what we do and basically say someone needs to make it better. Blah.
Oh yeah.
That's I hear that all the time.
You're never gonna please everybody.
Rabble, rabble, rabble.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. Yeah, you can't please it.
I think it's great, man.
But when
I use it
every single
day.
thing you do is questioned and
Yeah.
threatened to
Right.
be abandoned and copied is frustrating.
Yeah.
yeah,
Don't question it.
yeah. You just fuck them.
What do you
Yeah.
say? That too.
For every one jerk that actually reaches out to you, there's like 1,000 people that appreciate what you do. They just,
Oh yeah. No,
don't
we
reach
We
out.
had a great end of year and support drive and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's always heartening.
Yeah.
Every year I was like, are people mad at me now?
Oh,
we
have
do
I
too much-
failed
Did we
this
do too much
season?
radical stuff to change the world?
Yes.
Because people do not like change.
No.
Not at all.
And we got more big changes coming this year.
Uh-oh.
Or like
Ooh,
what?
anything you talk about?
Can we get an
Just,
exclusive?
I told you the geek market.
That's
Oh,
I think it's
Show
really
it to
cool,
you.
man.
I could demo it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
That sounds cool to me, man.
It is in beta right now.
In Berkeley?
Wait, I saw that there was an update to the app. Is this what it was?
No, we got the app coming too.
Yeah, that app's hot.
Yeah, we're still working on a few.
Is it different than the BG Stats one?
It is different.
Yeah.
It's
its own
really
app.
nice.
Yeah, the guy who basically is developing BG Stats is the designer.
Oh, okay, cool. Because
That guy.
I got the BG Stats and I heard that I can link that to my
Yeah,
BGG.
you can integrate BG stats into BGG.
I still haven't done it yet, but
Come on, window.
Ah,
Come to my window.
I've got all these.
okay,
windows.
with that.
I thought we were having a sing along.
is that
No, we're
Bonnie
not.
Raitt?
What?
Sure.
Is that Bonnie
Yeah.
Raitt?
No, that's
No,
Lance
Melissa
Warren.
Etheridge.
Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love me some Melissa Etheridge.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
be home
This is how we're finishing up. So I'm gonna be a dazzler.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I heard that you guys are gonna gouge people for another 5% more on sales or something like that.
Jesus.
Oh,
You
man.
did see
Oh, you would be that guy.
Mhm.
Dude.
How
Well,
dare
you
they
know.
take a cut? They
Um,
provide the website and try to take some of my money. They
Some
provide the venue.
bitch.
Isn't it enough that I give you your $15?
Yeah, once a year.
I
So-
want my $2.
let me find a game I can
Age or reason.
show all. Do game to new listings. Hey, there's Luna.
Runes of Arnak.
Luna.
Yeah, so I mean,
$40.
it just like has a better, it's just a more
Huh.
price and used and
Oh, that does look pretty slick.
Yeah, man, that looks like a real market.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks fantastic.
a purchase.
$35.
Yeah,
Shipping address in here.
yeah, that looks
$35.
legit.
Oh, his address is on there for a brief moment. If you're gonna be able to
was.
deposit,
Gonna have to cheat. Now,
What
You
do
wanna
you think
find
about
out
like
Instant playback. Rolling
I've
out field
already
stands.
bought a game on here. I've already bought it. I bought a game. Let's see if I can find my purchase.
Oh,
15-yard
oh,
penalty.
You bought big company? $102?
Eats, but
bad company.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Till the day I die. I'm gonna have to delete this episode too now.
Only if you sing well.
was it me? Did you have to delete an episode because I sing too much?
Yes.
No, I just and this goes to anybody who's ever on the
I
show.
should not
If
Do that.
just I'm not gonna say anything but anything, but anybody, if you're on the show and like you realize, I'd rather that wasn't on the internet for the rest of my life. All you have to do is say, just remove the video, and I'll no questions asked. I'll remove
Oh,
the video.
yeah.
So
I
anyway,
don't
so
feel like
like
he's
there
talking
was
to
an
me.
episode like early in the year that somebody on the show just reached out and said, hey, I don't feel comfortable with that one being up, and I was like, cool, whatever, it's gone.
Yep.
See you.
Gone.
Done.
That's fair. That's a good policy.
How many people noticed? Were
Zero.
I actually got half a dozen emails if you're wondering where the episode was. So
no shit.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
how recent? Like how far from the day of shooting it did you take it down?
like the very next day.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So it was like 3 weeks ago, and it was like, what? Really? You had 6 emails? People scouring through your videos, like,
Yeah.
where the fuck is this week's video?
Hey, well, you know what? They're just kind of a big deal for us.
There's some
Still-
diehard fans.
Oh, I know. I enjoy it.
It's
Why do you think
kind
I
of a
come
big
on this?
deal
I
to
come on
10
this for
people.
the press.
Yeah, then you're an idiot.
I think you
all right,
are.
so
I
it's in
think
the
you
Kickstarters.
technically are the press on this.
all right. With that, I'm gonna go to bed because I'm and if we keep talking,
That's
it'll
fair.
be 3 a.m, and
Can
I'm
you
like,
trim
why
that
did I
end?
stay up till 3 a.m?
Can you trim the end of that off?
I'll
so
trim the end
you
off
don't have
for
to
you,
delete the
Scott.
episode, but you can.
No,
trim
I
it.
will. I'll trim it. I have to let it process first, but I will trim it.
I know.
Okay.
Man, trimming on YouTube is so damn difficult, though.
Yeah, it is. It's a pain, but it's worth it for my friend. So there you go.
It's so annoying.
Happy
say-
birthday again, Scott.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
It's over.
birthday.
It's midnight. Past my birthday.
Ah,
Oh,
that's fair.
man.
All right. Well,
Just regular old 51 now.